or call 1-800-LANCESS.
Responsible sports betting starts with a game plan. That means stick to a budget. Keep it social by playing with friends. Learn the game and know the odds. Play with trusted, legal operators. And if you need help, reach out. If you're getting in on the action, visit haveagameplan.org to learn more.
We're this close to crowning an NBA champ, and with the action heating up on the court, it's even hotter at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. New to DraftKings? Listen up. New customers can get a no-sweat bet up to $1,500. Just deposit at least $5 and you'll get a bonus bet back equal to your first bet if it doesn't hit. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code VEGAS. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Or in West Virginia, visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort. 21 plus. Age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. One new sweat bet per new customer. Issued as one bonus bet based on amount of initial losing bet. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See dkng.com/bball for eligibility, wagering, and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources.
If you think about betting football all year round, the Lombardi Line on VSiN is the perfect show for you. 7 days a week, you can watch and listen to the Lombardi Line with former NFL executive Michael Lombardi. He gives his honest opinions on personnel signings, draft decisions, and every offseason move to help you as a bettor. Catch the show weekdays at 1 p.m. Eastern and on weekends at 10 a.m. Eastern. The Lombardi Line, 7 days a week, right here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Please stand by for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network on the Live 365 Network and the Live 365 app.
And we welcome you to Duke Stadium here on the campus of Marlington High School as Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network are proud to bring to you Cleveland Cobras football here on this beautiful Saturday afternoon as the Cobras, they make the trip from Cuyahoga County to Alliance, Ohio to take on the defending 2023 Tri-Point Football League champions, the Ohio Gladiators. Hello, everyone. Jim Craven with you along with the coach, Bob Gessler. Dave Ferris pushing the buttons and making everything work as we make the trip from Youngstown out here to Marlington to bring you week one of the Tri-Point Football League. The Cobras coming off of a tumultuous preseason as they would take on the Detroit Ravens and the Michigan Gators. Two tough games for the Cobras, coach, but they took off those easy teams on the schedule. They challenged themselves, and we'll hear a little bit later from Coach Adam Rogerson about how that worked for them, but I think it was a good thing for them. That battle tested them, and they're going to come into week one ready for this Tri-Point Football League season.
Yeah, I have no problem with that, going up and playing with somebody who's a national champion or a team that is really strong. That's great. That's a great test for your team. You can see your weaknesses, your strengths, and make your adjustments. Watch a lot of film. I talked to Andy Code at the end of a couple games. Of course, he was disgusted. He thought that they could do better. But like I told him, watch film. Watch what you got to do. You know, as a group, too. You guys got to get together because that's going to make the difference. And certainly that idea we could have done better is a great mentality for the team as they look to get past that first round of the Tri-Point Football League playoffs. And certainly that's been a point of contention for them, and that's why they took that hard preseason. But you know, as a head coach at this level,
you're really not going to get any better by playing teams that you already know that you are the favorite in.
Yeah, it's just, and you get lackadaisical as a player. Us coaches, we try to keep them going and say, hey, anybody could beat anybody at any given time. So you really have got to say, hey, go out there and look sharp. Then if you get ahead, now you want to plug some people in to take a look, or you want to try a few things. That's the time that you could do it. Now you're up against somebody else. So in the long run, you know what? You just got to keep them focused, and you got to do what you have to do to keep them prepared.
Certainly, there's two ways that could have gone. Mentally, it could have beat you down, make you discount yourself. However, it seems like with this group, they found that they could play physically with these teams, created some turnovers, had some really bright moments, and things that they feel like they can put together to make this 8-week run. Again,
the only thing that I saw that they need to, and it's preseason, and you're playing the number one team or a very good team from up in Michigan, you've got, and what's nice is before your schedule, get the mistakes out of your system. And that's what I saw that had happened with them. They just made some mistakes, guys jumping. It's the little mental errors. And so now their season starts, and by now, it's 3 games for them. They should be ready, they should be getting sharp, and they should be getting their confidence up.
Certainly that is what they'll be looking to do today against the defending 2023 Tri-Point Football League champions and a team that actually went to Florida in January and picked up a national title. So a lot of success for them in 2023. We are going to step aside here on Cleveland Cobras Game Day. Plenty to come here, as when we come back, we will hear from the head coach of the Cleveland Cobras, Adam Rogerson, all that and more. Coming up here on Cleveland Cobras Game Day on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network. We're back right after this.
The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
This is number 79, Josh Jackson, and you're listening to Cleveland Cobras football on iMedia One Network. Let's get it.
Pre-game show continues here on Western Reserve Radio. We're ready for week 1 of the Tri-Point Football League. And I am joined by Cleveland Cobras head coach Adam Rogerson. And Coach, you come off of a tough schedule here in the preseason. Looking back now in hindsight, did that schedule meet all your expectations and the preparation you were looking for this week 1 matchup?
Absolutely. Going into Detroit back-to-back, we knew that it was going to be tough, but overall we wanted the guys to get a real test and a real taste of what it's like to play at a different level to prepare us for the season. And we got just preseasons in the rearview mirror, and we're locked and loaded and focused for Saturday versus Glads.
And one of the things we looked at when we watched these games is in terms of experience and ability, the team really looked like they held up well physically, and they challenged those teams in those 2 preseason games, and that had to be something really positive to build on despite the scores.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the scores are what they were, but to go out there and move the ball on those teams and really get an idea of what we need to work on headed into week 1 versus the Glads, we couldn't have asked for much more And, in semi-pro, you have teams that would have probably fallen apart in our situation, but we really banded together and played for each other throughout the entire 4 quarters of both those games. And this week we applied what we learned and we cleaned up what we needed to clean up, and we are definitely ready to go for this weekend.
Speaking of the Ohio Gladiators, a great matchup last year. The team comes back and takes a lead with 2 seconds left. You get the win over the Ohio Gladiators. You've had the opportunity to take a look at some film from this year in their preseason. Tell me what you see from the Gladiators as you move into week 1.
Well, I think the biggest takeaway from the Glads that we've seen on film is that their ability to rush 5 almost every time. So we're going to hopefully be able to take advantage of that. And we've really been watching film as a team. We know exactly what we're looking for. We know exactly what we're up against, and practice one accordingly. So we're definitely prepared.
And certainly, again, with that matchup last year, it was a very close matchup, and it looks like there's a change in personnel and a change at the top in the coaching situation for the Gladiators. Did you see anything different from last year to this year so far? I
think that they are trying to keep it the same footprint as last year, but bringing in a new coaching staff, and I know they lost some players. It's hard to adapt sometimes, and I get it. I've been in that situation, trying to build a team up around a new staff, and I get the trials and tribulations of doing that and how hard it actually is. So I think they're going to try and keep with the same thing, but again, we watch film and we're ready.
And we saw them against the Mahoning Valley Federals last week. It looks like from the offensive side, their running game was very impressive. Multiple ball carriers and the line not doing a bad job staying on their blocks.
Yeah, number 4, he's a punisher. He wants to get to that outside. He wants to deliver as much pain as he can. And their running back, he likes to hit the hole hard. It's just something that we're going to have to work on up front and, maintaining some gap control. We got a couple new players signed to the team this past week to help out. We have 2 defensive ends that we just signed. So looking forward, maybe some of our guys on that interior line, we can do a good job of stopping it up a little bit.
And certainly should be a great matchup. If it was anything close to last year, it will be 1-2 Coach, thanks for joining us, and the best of luck today. That was Cleveland Cobras head coach Adam Rogerson as we prepare for week 1 of the Tri-Point Football League. We're going to step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll speak with Gladiators GM Doug Horning. All that and much more coming up here on Cleveland Cobras Game Day.
Meludic Live is your home for high school sports. We have all the scores on our social media platforms throughout the games. Enjoy our timely updates from local area schools year-round. You won't get the consistency and reliability from anyone else. Our number 1 priority is servicing our fans and getting them live news as it's happening. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Meludic_live. And remember, our fans come first.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
This is number 56, Antoine Peterson, known as Tony Sweets. You're listening to Cleveland Cobras football on iMedia One Network.
pregame show continues here on Western Reserve Radio. We're joined now by Ohio Gladiators General Manager Doug Horning. And Doug, after a great 2023 year, you win the Tri-Point Football League Championship, go on to win a national championship down in Florida. But since then, there have been some changes at the top with the replacement of Chris Ballantyne, who stepped down. Tell us a little bit about those changes and what's new with the Ohio Gladiators.
There's been some changes with the coaching staff. Obviously, Chris has been the figurehead for a while. He retired. He's enjoying cruises and whatnot. Taking his place is TJ Tucker. He's been a player for a while for a couple different teams in the area, including the Gladiators off and on. I think he actually played in the bowl game down in Florida as well. We still have Art Parker with the O-line. Will Stepp is still running the offense. Seniors back on the sidelines, keeping an active role with the owner and coaching with the defense. We brought in a new guy to coach the defense, actually, Jamal Singleton. He's been around for a while as a player as well, pretty well known in Ohio. So we've been doing pretty good with making those adjustments. We've even had a couple players retire, so we've had to fill some holes there as well.
And that would bring me to my next point. At this level, the one thing that is constant is change. How would you compare the team this year in terms of personality and scheme to the 2023 championship team, that change in personnel and the replacements that have come in for the players who have retired or moved on?
Luckily, there's still some of the same atmosphere. We got a couple old heads like Danny and Russ Terry, Danny Scaletti, quarterback, Russ, Tony, Shep. There's a lot of guys who've been around for a while, Pritchett. So they kind of keep a little bit of the same atmosphere. Our line, we had a little bit of change on the offensive line, a little bit of change interior on the defensive line. But ultimately, I think we're going to maybe be a little bit faster on defense this year, maybe a little bit bigger at some of the skill positions. And, offensively, keep pretty much the same wide receiver talent. We always tell people we have 4 wide receivers. Any team would like to have at least one. And, again, it'll be that way this year with Shep and Kamari came back. Tony's back again. For being an old fella, he still does pretty good. And we brought in another young guy, Asian Burt. He looks really good. Running back's been a position that's strong for us. It's going to stay strong with some additions there. So I think other than maybe being a little bit faster and a little bit smaller on the D-line than we're used to being, I think we're going to be pretty good, pretty similar to what we had last year. The atmosphere stays pretty consistent when you have the veterans sticking around.
You talk about consistency with the Ohio Gladiators. As we look back, this has been an established team for quite a while now. The average lifespan at this level is about 5 years. You have exceeded that, and now you've pretty much become one of the senior teams, one of the more established teams in the region.
Yeah, I think we're at 10 or 11 years. I think, and we had some up and down seasons. We were always middle of the pack. Had a couple playoff games, but not wins until 2019. Since then, we've had some successful seasons with one down season since then. Other than that, we've kind of established a name. Everybody kind of knows who we are. I tell people all the time, we half of our existence hasn't been one of the top 2 or 3 teams in whatever league we're in, and then half of it has been the last few years. But somehow we still get picked on a little bit. It is what it is. I don't mind being the weird little stepbrother that still gets the trophies.
And certainly after the 2023 season, though, I think people are going to look at you a lot differently, especially picking up the league title and then that national title. And this entire term or the existence of the Gladiators has been under that single owner of David George. I believe he is the single owner there. But talk about how that consistency has been an advantage for that team as you see teams like the Gladiators and the Cleveland Cobras coming up in their 17th season as well, how that is an advantage.
Well, I think consistency, again, is another word that you got to use. Dave George Sr. has been around this forever. And before being the owner for a decade of the Gladiators, he was played for a couple different teams. I guess most notably would be the Scourge. He's been around for a long time. I've actually knew him growing up. We lived a block away from each other. His little brothers were my best buds growing up. So I've known him, probably over 35 years probably. There's one thing he is, it's consistent. He's the same person, been the same person since he was probably 15 that he is now. And even whether he has an active role or he's sitting back and letting me and Chris play around in the chaos, whatever the situation's always been, Senior's been senior. He expects a certain standard himself, and he's one of those guys where that be quietly but carry a big stick type of guys. I always say he probably belonged better in the Old West than he does today. But that consistency of being around, same with Jesse with the Cobras, same person, and they've been around a long time. The experience you can't ask for better than that experience. It's 17 years. It's crazy. It's one of the longest tenured semi-pro teams in our region.
Yeah, and David George, certainly one of the great people at this level. He's been a good person all around, and I think that's paying off for him right now. For those listening, give us your information on how you can find you on social media, game locations, and how they can get tickets for these upcoming games in 2024.
All right, so pretty much tickets at the gate. We don't really have a pre-sale option at the gate. It's cash or cash app type of deal, $10 for adults, 12 and under is free. We play all our home games at Marlington High School in Alliance, Northwestern Alliance. You can find us on pretty much all the social media under Ohio Gladiators, not to be confused with the Columbus Gladiators, but Facebook's our primary social media because we're all old. So it's Ohio Gladiators football on Facebook. And we try and keep pretty active on there. All the coaches share, players share. We do a lot of flyers, stuff like that. We've kind of been, over the last 5 years or more, one of the more flyer-heavy teams until recently. So we try to keep a lot of commotion on the page and a lot of stuff out there in people's faces.
Make sure you check out Ohio Gladiators on social media. I know we follow a Facebook page a lot there, get a lot of our information from there. Doug, thanks for joining us, and we wish you the best of luck today.
Yes, sir. Thank you, and can't wait to see you in the booth.
That was General Manager Doug Horning of the Ohio Gladiators. We're going to step aside for another timeout. When we come back, Cleveland Cobras pregame show continues here on Western Reserve Radio. We're right back after this.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
This is number 79, Josh Jackson, and you're listening to Cleveland Cobras football on iMedia One Network. Let's get it.
Cleveland Cobras game day continues here on Western Reserve Radio here at Duke Stadium at Marlington High School, just outside, I believe, of Alliance. We're not, I don't think we're actually in, but we're in the mailing zip code anyway. But nonetheless, a beautiful facility here as they continue to develop this. We see the practice field over there as well as the baseball fields they've developed. And, of course, the field is turf. And a couple years ago when I was here watching the Marlington Poland High School game, it was still grass then. They put this in now. And again, another beautiful facility for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice little stadium. We're out in the middle of nowhere land, but I'll tell you what, they've done a great job with this facility. Again, as Jim said, the practice field, the baseball field. I mean, it's this is to be proud of. I'll tell you what, they've done a nice job.
Just about, a little over 11 minutes left here before kickoff. We'll take a look at the Ohio Gladiators starting offense, and we'll start it up front on the offensive line. It'll be Corvez Bolware, Mike Butler, Sam Bullock, Marvis Hood, and Nathan Pritchett for the Gladiators. And the receiver position, it'll be Asian Burt, new to the Ohio Gladiators, as well as Kamari Mitchell. The tight end will be Morgan Hill. The halfbacks will be Raekwon Venson and Will Shropshire. We'll keep an eye on number 4 there. Shropshire doing a great job last week against the Mahoning Valley Federals. And, of course, the Gladiators will be led on the field by the veteran, number 1, Danny Skalecki. He'll be at the quarterback position. And, Coach, we know Danny from just about everywhere. We always joke that he has multicolored helmets in his trunk just in case a football game breaks out.
Yeah. You never know where he's going to show up. So he's got the rainbow sitting in his trunk, multi-colored helmets. Absolutely.
So Danny is certainly one of the veterans around here and one of the great guys at the semi-pro level. Defensively for the Ohio Gladiators in their 4-3 defense. Up front, it'll be Josh Davis, Nate Hose, Jason Flint, and Daniel Demand. The linebackers, it'll be Russell Terry III, Jordan Patterson, and the former Cleveland Cobra, Robert Littlejohn, joining that trio at the linebacker position. In the secondary, it'll be Anthony Spooney, Shamarke Wright, Deshaun Fielding, and Darshawn Williams. For the Cleveland Cobras, we'll start with them offensively. And on that offensive line, so they got 10 available today, so we're probably going to see a little bit of a rotation. But starting 5 today is going to be DeAndre Carr, Jonathan Rorlick, Lamorris Dillard, Taylor Johnson, and we have Antoine Peterson listed. I think he's going to be out today, but he should be back next week. We just had the opportunity to speak with him real briefly just a few minutes ago. The wide receivers will be Andre Daniels and Matthew Wise. Andre Daniels picked up the touchdown against the Detroit Ravens last week, and we know Matthew Wise became a deep threat last year. So a couple of great receivers on the outside there that we look forward to. And, of course, Deontay McDonald and Jerry Cecil to round out the receiving core. And at running back, it will be number 15, Malik Gaddy. Cobras will be led on the field by their veteran quarterback, number 4, Dave Slap Thompson. And one thing we've seen with Dave Thompson is the fact he can run that read option very well. He's caught us both a few times where we think he's giving that ball away, and he ends up 30 yards downfield.
Yeah, I mean, he really rides it a long time, and he watches that end, watches, and then he yanks it. They also, I believe that they ran a little inside zone, too, where they leave the 3-tech up, and he kind of reads that, too. So he does a good job, and that's what you need to do. Mix it up. We were told we might see a little bit more running in this game, too, which you know, Jim. Coach Bob loves that.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a rumor going around here, but we'll see what happens there in the first quarter.
We'll see.
We'll see if the birds up there were telling the truth or not. Take a look at the weather forecast today, and I'll tell you, Coach, you couldn't find a better night for some summer football. 78 degrees with a 77-degree feel, so really no humidity here. There'll be more sun than clouds. Clouds have picked up a little bit here. We'll have some rain later tonight, but none expected during the game. Winds will be about 6 miles per hour, and again, 0% chance of rain. We take a look at the uniforms for the Ohio Gladiators. They will be in their home blue jerseys and black pants with the black helmets with the Gladiator logo on them. And the Cobras will be in their all-white with the green numerals outlined in black, white pants, and the black helmets with the traditional Cleveland Cobras logo. Just had the coin toss down here, Coach. I don't know if we caught that or not.
Yes, we've got the Gladiators receiving the opening kickoff. So I didn't see anything that there was a defer. I think they won the toss, and they want the ball.
And certainly Gladiators want to jump out quickly here as they take on a well-battle-tested Cleveland Cobra team. We're going to step aside for our final timeout. When we come back, we'll get you ready for the kickoff. Here on Cleveland Cobras Game Day, you are listening to Western Reserve Radio, a part of the iMedia One Network, and we'll be right back after this.
The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112. Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stone, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
This is number 79, Josh Jackson, and you're listening to Cleveland Cobras football on iMedia One Network. Let's get it.
At the front door, leaving me less than what I had before.
Johnson in shotgun, one receiver to the near side. Send a man in motion. Slot. That'll be the slot receiver to Golson. Quick pass over the middle. And he's going to hit Abe Taylor for the touchdown. 11 yards.
Run for cover, might get loud. From the bottom to the top, yeah. Our echoes break walls. It's about to get loud.
Back here at Duke Stadium at Marlington High School as we get ready for the kickoff here. Gladiators with the receiving team out. They'll be moving left to right on your devices. And the Cobras will be kicking off from right to left. As it'll be Ben Lyons kicking this one up. It's going to be a high kickoff. Picked up at the 10-yard line. And it's going to be brought out to the 15, 20, 25, 30. And an attempted tackle, but missed at the 30. And it'll be brought out past midfield down to the 49-yard line. Flag comes in. And that's going to be returned by Asian Burt, the new receiver for the Ohio Gladiators.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that was a great job. A lot of patience, and if he would have broke more to the center of the field, he may have been off and running. He tried to sneak down the sidelines, and he got bumped out.
And that penalty looked like it was coming up against the Cobras. As they'll mark the ball. They're giving the ball back to Ben Lyons here. Okay, so he's going to run back to the sideline. We thought they were going to re-kick it, but whatever the infraction was, we didn't catch it, is going to move the ball to the Cobra 40-yard line. So the Ohio Gladiators will start off 1st and 10 in Cleveland territory.
There was a face mask on it, Jim. That was the 15-yard one.
So DeMonte Taylor starting at the quarterback position for the Gladiators. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. 1st and 10 again from the Cleveland 40-yard line. They'll hand it off up the middle, and they'll pick up 2 or 3 yards on the play. That's going to be a run by Raekwon Venson out of Massillon Washington High School.
Good job. The offensive line did a nice job pushing them. The problem also is Cleveland's got to go in there and hit a pad instead of reaching for these guys. We've got a hard, strong runner back there, so they have got to get a pad on him instead of trying to reach for him.
Yeah, we watched some film from last week, and one thing that stood out was the running game. As you also see Will Shropshire in the backfield. As Taylor now will be in the shotgun. It'll be Vincent in the backfield with him. 2 receivers to the near side. Again, it'll be another handoff to the right side. Room to run. And Vincent's going to trip himself up just past the 35 and down near the 32-yard line. And it'll bring up 3rd and short for the Ohio Gladiators.
Offensive line, I'm watching them. They're coming out nice and low. They're getting their hips turned. Run was to the right, so they get their hips to the sidelines, and they stalemated up front. And good running job, good running back, strong.
If you're just joining us here, 13:20 left here, first quarter. Ohio Gladiators get the ball first. It's going to be 2nd, and we'll call it 3rd and 2. They'll hand this one up the middle again. It's going to be Vincent out to the right side, past the 30, down to the 25-yard line. And that's enough for an Ohio Gladiators first down.
I tell you what, hard runner, Jim. He's not a very tall kid, but you can see he's thick. Runs the ball hard, and when somebody comes to get him, he lowers those shoulders, keeps him square, keeps some legs going. So that's a great job. Good run.
Vincent will go to the sideline for the Gladiators. It'll be 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 24-yard line. 12:53 left here, first quarter. Twin receivers to the far side now. That'll be Tony Perrine and Maury Mitchell. Read option again out to the far side this time. Getting to the outside. Out to the 10, and that'll be out of bounds. Past the 5, down near the 4-yard line. Flag comes in. And, Coach, I think there might be a late hit on that. It's going to be half the distance, which isn't going to be much.
Well, it was little bit of a late hit. He also laid out on the track, so he was at least 3 to 5 yards out of bounds, and he took a hit on the he's down on the turf, so hopefully he's all right.
1st and goal for the Ohio Gladiators. We'll see where they mark it. I believe if I'm not mistaken, this is going to be right around the 1-yard line. 12:31 left here, first quarter. And the downed Gladiator player is going to jump back up. He'll make his way back to the Ohio Gladiator sideline. I'll have to take off one play here. And 1st and goal now. They'll mark this one at the 3-yard line.
And that was Taylor on that one. It was a quarterback. He kept it. So we've got another fresh one coming in.
So Taylor will have to head to the sideline for a moment. And it looks like Asian Burt will take the snap maybe for the Ohio Gladiators. Oh, I stand corrected on that. It's going to be Tony Perrine out of Malone University. Twin receivers to the far side, now single receiver to the near side. Some movement up front. We're going to have a flag, and I believe they're going to have the Ohio Gladiators for a false start. That'll knock them back 5, so it'll be 1st and goal.
And you know what happens, Jim? Sometimes you get it's a different cadence when you bring another quarterback in. So he's coming out, and
so Benson back in for the Ohio Gladiators. 11:53 here on a running clock. 1st and goal now from the Cleveland 7-yard line. Devontae Neal Asher, the near receiver for the Gladiators. And it'll be Mitchell, the receiver to the far side. Perrine in the shotgun, one running back to his right. 3-step drop, fires over the middle, and it's going to be overthrown out of the back of the end zone. It's going to bring up 2nd and goal for the Ohio Gladiators.
Well, we got a little bit of heat on that one. And I got the number over here. And that was Kevin Green. He got in there, and he forced an early throw, and he couldn't get his feet set. So if he would have had a little bit more time, might have been able to catch him on that post route.
Taylor back in for the Gladiators. Will Shropshire checking in for the Gladiators as well. 2nd and goal now from the 7-yard line. Mitchell and Burt will be the receivers to the far side. Shotgun formation, 2 running backs for the Gladiators now. They'll hand this one up to Shropshire. No, he's actually going to pull it, and he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage, but freed up and brought down in the backfield. Raekwon Benson got caught at the line, and I believe that's going to be Joe Barrico is going to make the first contact for the Cobras.
Yeah, I tell you what, he read that wrong. He should have gave it to the up man that went through first, because they weren't ready for that, and we had the end sealed. But by the time the other running back got through, that end peeled off and was able to take him on. And he didn't wrap him up, but then his family was there to knock him down.
So it was 1st and goal from the 3. Now 3rd and goal from the 21-yard line. Twin receivers to the far side. Now Perrine will be the slot to the far side. Twin receivers to the near side. Taylor in the shotgun. Taylor back to pass, looking for somebody in the corner. It's going to be one-on-one, and it's going to be caught, but out of bounds as it was intended for Asian Burt. Great coverage by the Cobras. They're using the sideline as a boundary. And with 10:16 left here in the first quarter, Gladiators will be 4th and goal from the 21-yard line.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that was a great job defensively. The corner that was on there, he waited, was patient, saw the ball in the air, took a peek on where that receiver was, and he just basically kept nudging him and ran him out of bounds. So there was no way he was going to get to it inbounds.
Clock begins to run, 10:06 left here, first quarter. 4th and goal from the 21. Gladiators will come out in a 2-by-2 set. Benson will be to the right of Taylor in the shotgun. Taylor back to pass, looking to work upfield under pressure, fires over the middle, and it's going to be intercepted at the 3-yard line, brought back to the 15, and knocked down at the 20-yard line. And Cleveland, after a shaky start on defense, will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line after the interception.
Yeah, that was a good job. Unfortunately, he was getting rushed, and he stepped up, and then he just inadvertently threw it.
So Cleveland with their first possession of the day after the Ohio Gladiators with a great return on the opening kickoff. Moved the ball downfield, stalled out after having it 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. They end up with the ball at the 21-yard line and throw an interception.
But we talk about mistakes, Jim. That he should have never rushed that throw. He should have either tried to step it up and run it, because he was not there, and the throw was not real well.
So Cleveland now coming out in a pistol formation. Thompson waiting for the snap, giving the hard count. They'll hand this one off the right side. He'll make it upfield, past the 25 and down to the 29-yard line. And we're trying to get a number for you here. This might have been one of the 2 new players from this week, not sure. But I believe that's going to be Jeff Impacini, who was with the WPA Wildcats, I believe, up until a couple weeks ago. but signing with the Cleveland Cobras. He was with them last year. He makes his return. 9:15 left here, first quarter. 2nd and 1 now for the Cobras. They're coming out in a big package there, Coach.
I said, we talked to a coach and said they're going to try to run the ball a little bit. That's a great start. I like the running game.
Thompson now in the shotgun. Pistol formation and Pacini behind him. They'll hand it off the left side this time. Upfield and down near the 34-yard line. That'll be enough for a Cleveland first down.
And that's, hey, I'll tell you what, that's they're getting 5 to 6 yards a carry. You stick with the running game. Keep beating them up front. Wear them out a little bit. The passing game will come. Be patient now, but they're testing that inside waters, and that's a great job.
So 1st and 10 for Cleveland. They'll have it at the 34-yard line. 8:30 left here, first quarter. Thompson sending a man in motion from left to right. Handoff again to the right side, and they'll make it past the 35 and down near the 38-yard line. Cleveland coming out with the running game.
Again, we talked about 3-4 yards a carry. There you go again. I'll tell you what, outstanding job. They're doing a good job up front. They're moving their people out there, but running backs are hitting that hole with force, and that's what I like to see.
Now, that information we got earlier may have been accurate, as they'll have the ball at the 39-yard line. We'll call it 2nd and 6. For the Cobras as the clock continues to run. 7:44 left here, first quarter. Andre Daniels, a receiver to the near side. Matt Wise to the far side. They'll continue in the pistol formation. This time again, handle off to the left side. It's going to be T.J. Johnson out past the 45 and fight his way down to the 49-yard line. And that's going to be enough for a Cleveland first down, and the Cobras continue on the ground.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what. There was a lineman that got knocked down at least 10 yards downfield. The offensive line drove him back, and I'll tell you what, they engaged with that. If you do that offensively, that's all you got to do is grind it out. Wear them down, and I'll tell you what, so far so good. Let's just keep running the ball.
7 minutes left here, first quarter. T.J. Johnson now the tailback. And Pacini now will be to the right of Slap Thompson. Thompson with the hard count. He'll take it himself off the right side, looking for room to run, maybe looking to pitch it, but he's going to be brought down in the backfield. That's going to be a loss. Looked like that was going to be Darshawn Williams on the tackle.
Yeah, they strung that out. The defense did a nice job, and they just kept working outside. They flattened out that end, and that linebacker, he had nowhere to go, and Slap lost about a yard on that.
Well, looks like they're going to give him credit for the forward progress. So, fortunately for Cleveland, looks like it won't be the first negative play of the day for them.
Well, and that's all right. That's okay. They'll take that.
I don't know if that's a right foot, left foot.
Yeah, really. Well, that's how it goes. We have a bad angle, Jim.
Wise to the far side. Andre Daniels to the near side. He'll take a step back. Thompson in the pistol formation. Again, in Pacini to his left. They'll hand it off. It'll be T.J. Johnson. Get in the end past midfield. Out near the 49-yard line. And he'll make it down to the 46. And it'll bring up third down for the Cobras. And now Emma Calhoun will check in, as I believe he'll send T.J. Johnson to the sideline. And you see the Cobras going through the rotation here, Coach.
Absolutely. Now we'll get to see what are we going to do. Are we going to see play action, or are we just going to then go for it on third down and then maybe go for it on fourth with some play action? I'm going to venture to say, well, we got the two men in the backfield, so this ought to be real interesting.
So 3rd and 6 for the Cobras. Ball at the 47-yard line. Pistol formation. They'll stay with Wise to the far side. Daniels to the near side. Thompson. Quick pass. Caught by Wise. Out to the 35, 34, and he'll be brought down. That's enough for a first down. And Thompson with a dart right across the middle into that slant pattern.
And I'll tell you what, this is what we coach our quarterbacks. When you run on a slant, and which he ran a little bit deeper slant, it's 1-2 release. Get that ball out of your hands, get it to that receiver. He beat his man, had just enough to get him in there, and it was on a dime.
4:41 left here, first quarter. Cobras with a perfect drive here so far. It has been all on the ground except for one pass, that one to Matt Wise for the first down. So 1st and 10 now from the Gladiator 34-yard line. And Pacini now to the left of Thompson in the shotgun. Twin receivers to the near side. Calhoun will be the slot. One receiver to the far side for the Cobras. Cleveland with the snap, back to pass. Thompson stepping up, plenty of time. Fires over the middle and overthrows Matt Wise. Just couldn't time it up. But Wise doing a great job here trying to find a soft spot coming across the middle, Coach.
Yeah, it slept. If he would have just hesitated, he got happy feet. And what happened is he was still moving forward when he threw the ball, and therefore it sailed on him. I think he had not any pressure on him. If he would have set his feet and threw it right to him, I tell you what, he'd have caught him on a dead run. That could have been an easy score.
2nd and 10 for the Cobras. Ball still at the Ohio Gladiator 34. Thompson in the shotgun. Twin receivers to the near side. Actually, twin receivers to both sides now. Abe Taylor will be the slot to the far side. Thompson with the hard count again. They'll get Machini off the right side. It's going to be hit. Ball's going to come loose on the ground, and it's going to be covered up by the Gladiators, and that's going to be a turnover for Cleveland. Somebody came through the line there, laid a hit on the Cleveland running back. Ball came loose on the turf. And the Ohio Gladiators return the favor with the turnover. They'll take over 1st and 10 right near the 44-yard line.
As we talk about, Jim, it's always, you can't make a mistake. This is something you got to hold on to the ball. You're driving down the field. Again, great hit by the defense. I mean, he went in and got whacked. But you got to have both arms on that ball. When you get that ball, you got to cover it up. And he just didn't. And that helmet hit that ball, and it comes squirting out of there. So
1st and 10 for the Ohio Gladiators at the 44-yard line. 3:30 left here in this first frame. No score.
We had Jesse Codwell talking to the cap.
Jesse likes to talk to the officials a lot.
I used to do that too, but unfortunately I always got penalty flags when I would go and start walking out.
Gladiators now will come out with a wing to the right. Twin receivers to the far side. Taylor in the shotgun. I'll send a man in short motion out to the slot position. That'll be Morgan Hill. Taylor, quick pass out to the far side. And it's going to be a blown-up play in the backfield. They'll give him the 40-yard line. So that's going to be a loss of about 4 for the Ohio Gladiators.
Nowling did an outstanding job coming up there. He saw the play coming, and both safety and corner come up on that because they had twins on his side. Great job. I mean, they wrapped him up and took him down. So that's a great job by coming up, reading the play. Don't hesitate, and he swam past the blocker, and both of them were there on the tackle.
So 2nd and 14 for the Gladiators. Twin receivers to the far side. That'll be Mitchell and Burt. Single receiver to the near side. Taylor in the shotgun. Benson to his right. Taylor plants his feet, fires across the middle, and it's going to be caught at midfield. That'll bring up a 3rd and manageable. Call it 3rd and 4 for the Gladiators, but a great catch as he had to come back and kind of tuck that one away.
Yeah, just running a quick slant. They bailed on it, and then he cut it inside. And it was a great throw. It was a little low, and he had to come back for it, but he put it where nobody else could get it.
Mitchell and Perrine to the far side in the twin receiver set. Taylor in the shotgun. Twin receivers to the near side as well. Taylor back to pass, fires up. It's going to be tipped high in the air, and it's going to fall to the turf, where it's going to be picked up by Mitchell, but that play is going to be dead.
Somebody got a big paw out there and was able to knock it down. But this is what, again, you teach your defensive linemen. Hey, if you're stalemated up front and you see that quarterback ready to pull the trigger, get up in the air, cross them arms, and knock it down. And that's exactly what they have done.
So 4th down now at the midfield stripe. 1:25 left here, first quarter, no score. Both teams have exchanged turnovers as Taylor now will be in the shotgun. Benson offset to his right. Taylor, 2-step drop, fires over the middle. That's going to be caught for a 1st down for the Gladiators. They'll have him at the 40. He'll drive his legs, and that's where they'll blow the play dead. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Gladiators at the Cleveland 40-yard line with 1:02 left here, first quarter.
That was Burt. I'll tell you what, he got that ball in his hands. He got hit by about 3 guys, and he kept fighting. So great job by that young man.
Clock will continue to run as the markers are set. Mitchell and Perrine, the receivers to the far side. Burt will be the slot to the near side. Handoff up the middle, one cut by Vince, and he'll pick up a couple of yards. Not going to be close to a first down, but a nice cut by the Gladiators running back. We'll see where they spot it. They're going to say it's at the 40-yard line. And again, now we go to right foot, left foot.
There we go. But that's okay because Big Adney Code was right there. He fought off his guy and gave him a big bear hug and then threw him down to the ground. So that's a great job. And we are 17 seconds, and they're going to let it run out.
So both teams are going to head to the sideline. They'll let the last 10 seconds run off here in the first quarter. So from here at Duke Stadium, we go to the second quarter with no score. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, a part of the iMedia One Network. We'll be right back after this break.
Gessler Propane is your local supplier, then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday 10 to 4 and Saturday 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane, they got gas.
This is number 79, Josh Jackson, and you're listening to Cleveland Cobras football on iMedia One Network. Let's get it.
Second quarter action coming up here from Duke Stadium on the campus of Marlington High School as we will flip sides of the field. Gladiators will have the ball at the Cleveland 40-yard line. Both teams moving the ball well here. Again, turnover is the issue as the Gladiators throw an interception as they make it into the red zone, and the Cobras turn one over on a fumble.
Yeah, it was a big-time hit, though. I tell you what, he's got a hold on to the ball, but I'll tell you what, he got whacked, and that helmet went into that ball, and we know what happens from there.
So we'll have a whistle for play here as we just get underway here. Second quarter action, no score. Cleveland in their all-white with the black helmets. Gladiators in the blue jerseys, black pants as Taylor takes a snap. He'll hand us one off the left side. He'll find some room to run. He'll get down to the 35-yard line. The Gladiators continue their offensive game on the ground as well.
I tell you what, this is a great football game. I'm enjoying this so much because this is what I like doing. Run the ball, keep pounding away. Then somebody will lax, maybe a safety, maybe a corner will be a little bit passive, and then you hit the big one. But right now they're running the ball, both teams, and doing a great job.
3rd and 5 for the Gladiators. Taylor in the shotgun, Benson to his left. Twin receivers to the near side. Taylor get with the high snap, can hand it off. Actually going to pull the ball himself, get past the 30 and down to the 26-yard line. He'll have a first down for the Gladiators.
Yeah, that's a great job. He pulled it. He read it. I don't know if he read the end or whatever he read, but he saw him coming. He yanked it, turned, and went, and that's a great job by that young man. He read the right keys on that, and he got some good yardage for a first down.
So first down for the Ohio Gladiators at the 26. Be on the Cleveland side of the field. Devontae Neal Asher, the receiver to the far side, twin receivers to the near side. DeMonte Taylor making the start at quarterback as he'll give it to Venson, who will try to make it off the right side, cut back inside, drive his legs and get down inside the 20, down to the 16-yard line, make that the 17. And 3rd and short now for the Gladiators.
Benson does a nice job. I tell you what, low to the ground. Again, we talk about his size, nice and thick, and he does a great job. So he tapped his helmet. He said, I need a break here.
Certainly putting in the work here with 13 minutes left here in the second quarter. No score. Also try to get you a score from over on CityView Sportscast. Mark Means and Matt Emsch with the Mahoning Valley Federals and Stark County Wolfpack game from Youngstown. Taylor with the handoff. It'll be Shropshire going to fight his way down to the 15-yard line. And it's going to be enough for an Ohio Gladiator first down.
Yeah, we had him in the backfield. Unfortunately, we did not wrap up. If we wrap that thing up, I'll tell you what, there's a loss right there. So we've got to do a better job. Nowing, he had him, but the running back, who's quick feet, spun out of it, but we got to learn to wrap up a little bit more.
12-13 left here in this first half. First down for the Ohio Gladiators. They'll mark the ball at the 16-yard line. Taylor in the shotgun. Handoff again to move this one out to the left side. It'll be Shropshire, and he's going to be brought down here at the 14-yard line. I believe that's going to be Mike Marshall on the tackle for the Cobras.
Yeah, it was a good job. I'll tell you what, though, the tackle on the far side and the end, they thought that the ball was kept, and they kind of took a step inside, was looking when and the running back came to our side, to the left side, and they were kind of like, what happened? So they got to keep their eye on the ball because they can't go with those fakes. Got to watch the ball.
So twin receivers to the near side, single receiver to the far side for the Gladiators. They'll mark the ball at the 11. Taylor back to pass over the middle. It was caught, but was it caught in the end zone? And they're going to say touchdown, Gladiators. And that's going to be a 15-yard touchdown pass from Taylor. Trying to see who caught it over the middle there. He was in traffic in the middle of the offense.
That's Perrine. That's the 0.
Okay. So Tony Perrine on the 15-yard touchdown pass from Taylor gives the Ohio Gladiators a 6-0 lead with 11:15 left here in this first half.
And I'll tell you what, I when we went down on the rail, he's a nice-sized kid. I mean, big guy. He obviously has good hands. So outstanding job. So here we go for 2.
So one receiver to each side now. Taylor in the shotgun, one running back to each side. They'll give it to Shropshire, and he's going to fall down, and they won't be able to convert on the 2-point conversion. 10:39 left here in this second quarter. The Gladiators take a 6-0 lead over the Cleveland Cobras. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You are listening to the Cleveland Cobras Broadcast Network here on Western Reserve Radio, a part of the iMedia One Network. We're back after this.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Tyree Knight, number 2 of the Cleveland Cobras, and you're listening to the Tri-Point Football League on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network. Go Cobras.
Back and forth here in the first 15 minutes. First 18 minutes of the game. The Gladiators strike first on a 15-yard touchdown pass from Taylor to Perrine. Gladiators take a 6-0 lead, Coach, and again, good football back and forth here, minus the turnovers.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the Gladiators look very sharp. They're getting it done. He at this game, who makes the least mistakes, is going to win this game because that's sure what it looks like. Because, again, they come out. I'll tell you what, Gladiators come out, and they're going to whack them, and they're saying, hey, we're here to play football. We don't care who you played before us. We're going to show you we're a good football team, and they showed it so far.
So Andre Daniels and Tyree Knight back to return for the Cobras. Will Shropshire to kick off for the Gladiators. 10:39 left here, second quarter. And at last count, the Stark County Wolfpack had a 13-6 lead over the Mahoning Valley Federals. That game over on CityView Sportscast with Mark Means and Matt Emsch. As Shropshire approaching the ball here, and it's going to be a good kick near the end zone. And it's going to head into the end zone for the touchback. So Cleveland will take over first and 10 with 10:28 left here in this first half. And I think the game plan so far for the Cobras is a good one, but you got to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, that's what gave them the score, was got to hold on to the ball. And if I may say, with that kick too, putting it in the end zone and it going through, that's a great weapon. I don't care if you're high school, college, this level, if you could kick that out of the end zone and keep them backed up at the 25 with that starting position, you've done a great job, special teams.
Yeah, Will Shropshire and Ben Lyons, the respective kickers for the Gladiators and the Cobras, both capable of putting that back in the end zone. As Rorlick will make his way to the field at the last second for the Cobras. We'll get the whistle for play. 10:28 left here, second quarter. Gladiators with a 6-0 lead. And we'll go back to the pistol formation. Emma Calhoun now behind. Slap Thompson. And we're going to get a whistle. And it's going to be the Ohio Gladiators taking a timeout. So we will step aside for a quick break. You're listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network. We're back real quick.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
This is number 56, Antoine Peterson, known as Tony Sweets. You're listening to Cleveland Cobras football on iMedia One Network.
10:09 left here, second quarter. Gladiators with a 6-0 lead. Touchdown coming by way of a Taylor to Perrine 15-yard touchdown pass. Cobras now with the ball first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Thompson in the shotgun. He'll have one running back to his right. Emma Calhoun now checking into the tailback position. He'll give it to Calhoun off the left side. He'll make one cut, try to get to the outside, try to find some room to run. And he'll be brought down at the 25-yard line, so no gain on the play. Second and 10 now for the Cobras.
I'll tell you what, Gladiators are doing a great job keeping them inside. They're trying to bounce this stuff outside, and they're doing an outstanding job.
9:41 here on a running clock. Thompson bringing the play in from the sideline. And you got a feeling, Coach, if you continue the run game, this is going to open up something to the outside, maybe trying to lull them to sleep a little bit.
Yeah, they're trying to get out there, but I'll tell you what, they're DNs, and that was Little John up there on top. And I'll tell you what, he did not let them get outside, so that's a great job on his part.
And Robert Littlejohn, the former Cleveland Cobra. As Thompson now in the shotgun. Calhoun will remain the tailback. Pressure being shown up front, handoff to Calhoun. And he's going to be hit in the backfield. He'll lose about a yard on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 11 for the Cobras.
Well, I'll tell you right now, their offensive coordinator's got to take a look at the defense, what they're giving them, because what's happening is they have no safeties, no nothing, and they're bringing them guys up. So, unfortunately, you have 9 in the box. And, again, I understand Cobras want to run, but when you see that, you've got to be able to audible to a pass on that because they have no safety. You got to sneak a tight end or somebody out there on a seam, and you got them beat.
Yeah, certainly you pointed it out in the formation. There was just about 10 or 12 yards of just open field between the backers and the last guy in the defensive formation for the Gladiators.
Yeah, they had no safety. There was nobody, not even one high safety. They brought them up as linebackers. If they got what they got to do is they got to say, hey, if you see this slap, you got to take somebody else. You got to tap a receiver's head, do something, because even if they ran a quick slant to the inside, that's housing it. There is no way.
So interesting development here as the line judge is over here on the track talking to Doug Horning, the general manager of the Ohio Gladiators. Seemed to be kind of cordial, so really no question there, thankfully. 9 minutes left here in this first half. And, Coach, we look back to last year and the exciting ending that we had as the Cobras would win that with just about 2 seconds left. Thompson completing that pass for a touchdown just about 7 yards outside the end zone. And that made for an exciting game as well.
Yep, absolutely. We got a little confusion here.
They want the game clock put back to 9:02.
So they'll get 9 minutes at least. So Thompson now in his shotgun. Calhoun to his right, twin receivers to the near side. Wise now will be the slot to the near side. Andre Daniels will be the receiver to the far side. Thompson with the hard count again. So 3rd and 11 for the Cobras. Movement up front. And everybody's pointing at each other here, and we're going to get a false start against the Cobras. It's now going to be 3rd and 16
again,
for Cleveland.
Yeah, this is what we talked about, especially backed up. You don't want to do this when they went all the way down the field. You want to keep the ball out of their hands, all that confidence. So we can't have that. Carr decided that He thought that his man came across, so he jumped, and that's all right. But you know what? Now let's get it done up front.
And as all linemen are trained to do, point at the other guy.
Absolutely. You would know that.
You never know when you're going to be able to influence somebody here.
Win that argument.
Thompson now 3rd and 16 in the shotgun. Calhoun to his right. 3-step drop. Steps up under pressure. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. And Cleveland's going to have to punt this one away with 8:54 left here in the second quarter.
I'll tell you what, receivers got to run their patterns a little bit better because, to be all honest with you, he had plenty of time, but then it collapsed and receivers weren't watching, and they didn't come back to the ball, and he got taken down. Cleveland has got to make some adjustments here because the Gladiators are doing a great job both offensively and getting to him defensively.
Ben Lyons will come in to do the punting duties, making his return for the 2024 season. The kickoff specialist, actually. And I'll tell you, having a Ben Lyons really changes things here as it can flip sides of the field and change that field position.
Absolutely.
We've seen what happens when you struggle in the punt game the last couple of times that we've been out with them, and certainly they're going to be excited to see Ben Lyons back there as he counts up the punt team, make sure he's got 11.
Anthony Spooney's back for the Gladiators.
Yeah, he'll post up right around his own 46-yard line.
So they're expecting a 55-yard punt from where he's standing on the goal line.
And if you've scouted Ben Lyons, you know he can boot him. Good snap. Well, decent snap. Now it's going to roll back into the end zone. And Lyons is going to let this one roll out of the back of the end zone. It's going to be a safety. Gladiators going to take an 8-0 lead with 7:39 left here, second quarter. We just talked about the importance of the punt team, and it just cost them 2 points and possession of the ball.
And we talked about that in pregame, too, about center snapping. Yeah, we changed the punter around, but unfortunately the snapping game is just – they got to get somebody in to rifle it back. I think, Jim, you'd look good in 49 in the green and white. I'm sure, they might be able to recruit you just for that. You could come up, and then every time it's fourth down, run down there, put your helmet on, and snap it. What do you think? I think you could do that.
I don't think. That'll just get me in trouble.
I had to get you black and blue, too.
So free kick coming up here, 7:39 left here, second quarter. Cobras surrender 2 points on the bad snap on the punt. And that has been an Achilles heel for the Cleveland Cobras here in 2024. You don't think much of the long snappers or punters until you need them, and they really can't cost you field position.
Well, they've been struggling for the first, we saw it first 2 games. I mean, they struggled with snaps. And then, of course, not having a good punter, no disrespect, but he just couldn't get it. You catch a ball and go. He's taking too many steps. So he got it teed up. Let's see what he does.
So Lions will kick this one from the ground. He'll kick it off from the 20-yard line. Cobras moving left to right. Gladiators with an 8-0 lead. Lions with a line drive, and it's going to be picked up at the 46-yard line and returned past midfield down to the 45-yard line. And a nice hit by the Cleveland special teams to take him down, but the Gladiators will have the ball 1st and 10 in Cleveland territory.
Wait a minute. We got a penalty flag.
So I believe we may have an offside against the Cobras. I would put him back at the 15-yard line if the Gladiators wanted to re-kick.
I would decline it. And he'll walk off the 5. There you go.
Okay, so the Gladiators will have the ball 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 40-yard line.
Yeah, they just took the penalty, so they walked it off. So right at the 40, and they're going in.
7:17 left here, second quarter. Taylor back in the shotgun. Twin receivers to the near side, single receiver to the far side. Gladiators with a tight end. That'll be Morgan Hill to the right side. Taylor with the handoff to Vincent. Vincent going to be hit in the backfield and brought down at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of 3 for the Ohio Gladiators.
That was a great, outstanding job. He shot right in. That would have been Nowling again. He saw an opening, and he took it because he's playing safety. So either they called a safety blitz or I don't know exactly. He saw something. He come flying in there.
So Durante Nowling leading the charge on that for the Cobras, as well as Kevin Green. Second and 13 for the Gladiators now. They'll mark the ball at the 43-yard line. Taylor in the shotgun. He'll hand it off to Vincent. Vincent getting out to the 40, down to the 38-yard line. He'll fight his way back inside the yard markers. So we'll call it 3rd and 8 for the Gladiators. 6:15 left here, second quarter. Gladiators with an 8-0 lead.
Well, I'll tell you what, Andy Code, I guarantee you, is kicking himself because he went in there a little bit too fast, and he got olayed on that. He had a paw on him, but he couldn't. His body went flying. Otherwise, it would have been 3rd and at least 12-13.
So single the receiver to the far side now for the Gladiators. That'll be Neil Asher. Taylor in the shotgun, twin receivers to the near side. Taylor back to pass under pressure. He's going to elude one tackle, and he's going to toss it out to Burt, out at the 30, 20, 15, 10, and down at the 9-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Gladiators. And Taylor extending the play, but we have a flag back in the backfield. It looks like by the body language, that's going to be coming back, Coach.
Yeah, I didn't get, let's see what we got. We got holding. So quarterback was running around, and you know what those linemen are going to do. They're going to say, well, we got your back on this one. But unfortunately, they got caught with the hold. Can't make mistakes, especially in a game like this. It's close. You're driving down the field, and boom, you make a mistake, and it just crushes you because now, you got 3rd down, and you got 20 from about the 48-yard line going in.
So 5:30 left here, second quarter. And we'll call it 3rd and 18 maybe. We'll approximate as Taylor going to shotgun, twin receivers to each side. Taylor back to pass, looking downfield, pump fakes, under pressure, and he's going to be brought down. Ball's loose, picked up by the Cobras, and it's going to be returned to the end zone. 52 yards for the Cleveland touchdown. If it stands, we have a flag on the play, a helmet on the field.
Well, this ought to be interesting because it looks like we got a Cobra helmet on the ground, so I'm assuming somebody grabbed Andy Code's helmet, face mask.
Yeah, Andy Code losing his hat there. He'll put it back on, but see if we can get a call from the referee. 52-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown by the Cobras. Didn't get the number on it, Coach.
Yeah.
He was running through the pack. But right now, as it stands, the score is 8-6 as the officials now are going to congregate down near the 10-yard line to our right.
Jim, I believe it was Kevin Green, number 88, is what I believe who got that.
And I believe you are right based on the way he ran. Kevin Green's a big defensive lineman. And
they're calling it a touchdown, but we don't have a signal on what went on or what's going on.
So I'm going to assume if the flag came after the turnover that this is going to be against the Gladiators. It's going to be declined, and it will be a Cleveland touchdown. They trail now by a score of 8-6, 5:09 left here, second quarter. And my coach, how things change quickly.
Yeah, that's again what we talk about, like we always do. If you make a mistake, things happen, and that's exactly what happened. So I'll tell you what, maybe that'll put a little bit of spark in the Cleveland Cobras because they seemed like they were a little lackadaisic in the last couple of series. So maybe this is going to pick them up, and they're going to be ready to go.
See Dave Ferris get really excited here. Came out of his chair on that one. 5:09 left here as Ben Lyons will come in for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good barely, but it doesn't have to be pretty, but It was good as Ben Lyons adds the extra point. The Cobras, they trail by a score of 8-7 now. 5:09 left here in the second quarter. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Tyree Knight, number 2 of the Cleveland Cobras, and you're listening to the Tri-Point Football League on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network. Go Cobras.
5:09 left here, second quarter. A little bit of a change in momentum here as the Cobras pick up a fumble as Kevin Green will return this one 52 yards for the Cleveland touchdown. It gets them on the board, but they still trail by a score of 8-7.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the extra point, though, the tip was in the sky and the other tip was was facing the ground.
Kickoff by line is going to be a high one, fielded at the 20-yard line. Shropshire going to bring this one to the near sideline. He'll elude one tackle, cut back to the inside, and fight his way down past the 45, down to the 46-yard line. Ball's loose, and it looks like a white jersey fell on it. And they're going to say no, the ball was down. So the Gladiators will maintain possession with 4:55 left.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jim, if you had instant replay, his body was not on the ground. He was on somebody when that thing popped out. Unless they want to call it was his momentum stopped, but that he kept going. So I believe the Stripes missed that one. That should have been Cleveland Cobras ball.
So
throw the red flag. Jesse, throw the red flag.
So 4:55 left here in this first half. Gladiators with an 8-7 lead. Cleveland gets on the board by way of a 52-yard fumble recovery by Kevin Green. And Taylor now in the shotgun with Venson to his offset to his right. He'll give it to Venson up the middle. Venson past midfield. Flag comes in, and he'll get knocked down at the 42-yard line. We'll see what the flag is. Came back from the back judge, Coach. So that came from quite a ways, and he's going to mark this one back. It's going to be a hold coming up against the Gladiators.
And what happened was their offensive lineman engaged with the defensive lineman, and he basically held them the whole way down the field. You got to have your hands inside on the breastplate because once you get them outside, you're holding, and you're 10 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. They're going to call it every time. It's just how it is.
So you're saying it's okay to hold on the inside,
yes,
hold on the outside.
Yes,
okay.
But you got to keep your elbows bent. But
sure.
That's the rule. That is the actual exact rule.
It's all about the aesthetics, right, Coach?
Yeah, well, keep them arms in, and you can hold that breastplate all you want.
So it'll still be first down for the Gladiators. Ball now at the 40-yard line. They'll give it to Shropshire. He'll run out to the near side, and he'll drop his shoulder and be brought down at the 40-yard line. And I believe that's going to be Mike Marshall on the tackle for the Cobras.
Yeah, that was a great job. But the only problem that I got is keep your head up, young man. That's a good way to get injured. Watch what you hit. Don't hit with that head down. Hit with it up and slide it to the side. That's where you get the shoulder pads.
4:04 left here, second quarter. As the officials kind of chatting here, the umpire and the referee talking at the 40-yard line. They'll actually mark the ball at the 41, so he'll get credit for a yard pickup. The Gladiators will have to get to the Cleveland 49-yard line for a first down as Taylor now in the shotgun. Benson to his right, twin receivers to the far side. Burt, the single receiver to the near side. High snap, brought down by Taylor. Pitch to the outside. Benson trying to find the corner, and he's going to get hit at the 43 and fight his way down to the 45-yard line. And he may have made the 45, but Venson doing a great job driving those legs, Coach.
I'll tell you what, that is a strong running back. But and he ran over somebody, but then he had his buddies, defensive buddies came over there. We didn't get a number because all three of them clocked him on the outside. So now you got third and about 7, so this will be real interesting.
So ball now marked at the 44-yard line. Gladiators looking to get to the Cobras 49-yard line. 3:36 left here on a moving clock. First half, Taylor in the shotgun. Twin receivers to the near side. That'll be Mitchell and Burt. Taylor with the handoff up the middle. It's going to be Venson, and he'll be brought down at the Gladiators 48-yard line. Going to be about 3 yards short of a first down. Again, Venson doing a great job. Great vision and patience. And great explosion as he hits that line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's a great job. They're lining up quick. Well, we got a timeout.
So timeout here at Duke Stadium. Cobras taking theirs. 3:03 left here, second quarter. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
This is number 79, Josh Jackson, and you're listening to Cleveland Cobras football on iMedia One Network. Let's get it.
3:03 left here in this first half. Gladiators now with a 4th down. We'll call it 4th and 3. So we'll have to get to the Cobras' 49-yard line. Gladiators with an 8-7 lead over the visiting Cleveland Cobras. Taylor in the shotgun, twin receivers to each side. Taylor plants his feet, fires over the middle. It's going to be caught by Burt, and Burt is going to be gone to the end zone. 52 yards. Taylor to Burt, and the Gladiators take a 14-7 lead over the Cleveland Cobras.
You know what, Jim? It was funny. I was focused on that, and he was playing the inside slot receiver, and the defensive back was at least 15 yards. Don't understand that. They need to keep these guys up tight because that seems to be their bread and butter on those slant patterns. They have got to go up there and play a little bit tough. Throws the rhythm off of the slant, and once he caught it, he outran everybody. They've got to start making some adjustments on that. Defensive coordinators have got to see this.
2:54 left here as the Gladiators will go 4-2. 14-7 lead as we approach halftime here. Just under 3 minutes left. As the Gladiators will try to take a 2-point lead. Taylor in the shotgun. One receiver to each side. We'll have a tight end to the left side now. Taylor, high snap, he'll bring it down. They'll fight towards the goal line. Drive their legs, but I think they're going to be short. So no good. 2:54 left here in this first quarter. It'll remain 14-7 in favor of the Ohio Gladiators. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You're listening to the Cleveland Cobras Broadcast Network here on Western Reserve Radio. We're back right after this.
Malutic Live is your home for high school sports. We have all the scores on our social media platforms throughout the games. Enjoy our timely updates from local area schools year-round. You won't get the consistency and reliability from anyone else. Our number one priority is servicing our fans and getting them live news as it's happening. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Malutic_live. And remember, our fans come first.
.54 left here in this second quarter. Gladiators with a 14-7 lead by way of a Taylor to Asian Burt. 52-yard touchdown pass. Will Shropshire on to kick off for the Gladiators. And it'll be Tyree Knight and Andre Daniels to return for the Cobras. And, Coach, we were talking off the air a little bit. Got to get back to that run game. It was successful when they were executing.
Yeah, you got to mix it up a little bit. You know, do some, again, I talked about it. Run some counters because these guys start flowing to even if you're running the ball, if you're running to the right and they start flowing that way, you run a counter underneath them and you're off to the races. So they cannot bail on that. They got to be patient, run the ball.
Long way to go here. 2:54 left in the first half. Shropshire to kick off for the defending Tri-Point Football League champions. And this is going to be one headed back to the end zone, picked up by Tyree Knight at the 5. He'll bring out a 10, 15, out to the 20, and that's about as far as he'll get to. They'll actually say the 19-yard line. So the Cobras, 1st and 10 now, their own 19-yard line. 2:45 left here in the second quarter, and a couple of timeouts left.
Yeah, 2:45, got plenty of time. Don't panic, run the ball. Maybe do a little bit of mixing up short stuff, which you can, but it's got to be stuff quick. You can't sit there and hold the ball, 3 seconds. If you're going to throw some, sit in the soft zone, get it to them, still run the ball. You got plenty of time.
So it looks like Jeff Impacini will be back in the offense for the Cobras. He coughed up the ball in the first quarter. DJ Johnson will be the tailback now. Matthew Wise, the receiver to the near side. Abe Taylor will be the tight end to the right, so everything you like there, Coach.
Yeah.
Running formation with a tight end. Thompson in the shotgun. Slap Thompson, waiting for the snap. Quick pass out to the corner, looking for Daniels, but couldn't get the pass off, at least accurately. And he had Shamarke Wright over him. I don't know if I like that call, Coach. That was too slow developing.
Well, the other thing, too, is the receiver was not expecting that, and I think Slap just got rid of it because he was getting rushed. But, again, why the long throw? They're trying to get one-on-one. Now you're down second, and you got 10 in the clock. You got plenty of clock on there. You don't want to give the ball back to them.
2.5 minutes left here. Thompson in the shotgun. Matt Wise now the receiver to the far side. Daniels to the near side. Thompson with the hard count. He'll give it to Johnson. Johnson fighting his way forward. He'll get it to the 20-yard line, pick up a yard or two on the play. It'll bring up third down now for the Cobras.
Yeah, they're waiting for it now. Now they got to mix it up a little bit. We got, again, I talk about you got two guys in the backfield. Try to run a counter. What about something that goes on the outside? A little bit of toss, a little bit of little swing pattern. We got a timeout.
Okay, so it looks like the Cobras are going to take their second timeout of the half. 1:58. I'll actually say 2 minutes. I'm actually going to say the 2-minute warning here, Coach.
There you go.
So we'll keep it right here for a moment here as Cleveland will have it third and we'll call it 9 here, depending on where the chain crew wants to be here, if they're taking a break as well. But back to the running game there. Again, the formation they started out with now, and again, they're focusing on that run a little bit, so maybe a little bit of play action, or again, you talked about counters earlier in the game.
Have the end of the whatever you want to call them, fullback, whatever sidecar, coming upfield, and then just a little swing pattern. These linebackers are taking the bites over here. You might be able to sneak him out on a quick little toss and get him upfield.
So over on City View Sportscast, the Stark County Wolfpack with a 19-6 lead over the Mahoning Valley Federals. That game in Youngstown. Mark Means and Matt Emsch on the call from over at the corner of Canfield and Shenley.
There we go.
Your old neighborhood there, Coach.
Not far away. I grew up at Bella Vista. It's right in that area, a little bit ways.
So twin receivers to each side now. Thompson in the shotgun. 2 minutes left here in this first half. 3-step drop for Thompson, stepping up in the pocket. Plenty of time, fires over the middle, and it's going to be dropped by the Cobras. And again, we have an oddball jersey number here. Don't know who that is. Have a number 18. So nonetheless, that'll bring up fourth down for the Cobras. And Ben Lyons on the punt. We'll see if they can rectify that snapping issue, which has, again, been their Achilles heel here in 2024.
Yeah, they got to get somebody that's going to snap the ball and get it there. Looks like, I believe that's Slap's going to, unless it's Hodges.
Yep, the Cleveland quarterback will do the snapping. It's just throwing the ball backwards between your legs. Same thing, right?
Basically, that's exactly what it is.
All right.
Should be able to, if you throw it overhand, you should be able to throw it underhand.
So Terry Hosey checking in as the gunner to the near side. Abe Taylor trying to set things up. I believe DeAndre Thompson just checking in for the Cobras as well. Jamon Washington will be the wing to the right. Better snap here as Lions now will get this one away. Going to be a high punt. This one will hang up near the 50-yard line, and it'll be returnable upfield. And the returner going to go backwards for the Gladiators. Going to go down at the 48-yard line. All over the place. I believe as we have a flag come in as well. Anthony Spooney on the return. And they will have the ball first and 10. We'll call it the Cleveland 48-yard line. 1:31 left here in this first half. And amazing what happens when you get a better snap off there. And Ben Lyons able to get the ball away. A nice high punt.
Yep. That was a good job. Pin them back. Now they got a hold. They cannot let them score. They got a minute 31, so you better you better do what you got to do because Venson, let me tell you what, you got to wrap him up. But now, again, we're going to see about these slants. Now we're playing up a little bit better.
1:31 left here in this half. Taylor in the shotgun, twin receivers to each side. Taylor plants his feet down the sideline, has a receiver wide open, but it's going to be caught out of bounds. Pass was intended for Maury Mitchell, and he just ran out of real estate. And we have to keep in mind, too, that the Cobras kicked off to start this game. They'll get the ball in the second half, so I'm sure the Gladiators want to put something in the end zone before the half.
Yeah, I'm sure that they want to get some more points off this scoreboard, or on the scoreboard, excuse me, and because they want to get ahead of this because they know what could happen.
Maury Mitchell, the 6'1", 175-pound receiver out of Woodridge High School, and he looks every bit of 6'1". It'll be second down now for the Gladiators.
I was looking at that where they came from, and Vincent, he's out of Massillon, Washington.
So Kev Fortson one-on-one with Mitchell. Taylor back to pass over the middle, and it's going to be caught at the 38-yard line. That's going to be Perrine on the reception. It'll be close to a first down. We'll see if they give it to him or not, and indeed that's going to be enough for a first down. Clock continues to run. 1:11 left here, first half. One timeout
and
left for the Gladiators.
And, Jim, that's 1-2, and it's out of his hands. And, again, big target, nice, thick-looking tight end.
Taylor bringing down the high snap. He'll have to take it himself up the middle, and he'll be hit, but it's going to turn and twist past the 30 down to the 26-yard line. He should be close to another Gladiator first down, and we're going to have a player down. Trying to collect himself a little bit here. 45 seconds left here as the clock will stop. I believe they're going to take that last timeout, or take at least one of the timeouts from the Cobras here since we are under a minute. And it looks like we might be looking at a cramp as we see Beth Betancourt, the Cleveland Cobras trainer, out there trying to work that out. Not a particularly humid night tonight here, but I'm sure it's a little bit warmer down on the field. Again, 77 degrees at kickoff as we have overcast skies now, but a beautiful night here so far.
Yeah, absolutely. The humidity's up, so very, very possible that it's a cramp. And
so now the umpire will come over and try to correct the clock.
51.
So 51 seconds will go up on the clock for the Gladiators. Well, Gladiators with a 14-7 lead over the Cobras. That'll be first and 10 for the Gladiators. Will mark the ball at the 26-yard line. Great game here so far here in week one of the Tri-Point Football League. Cleveland draws the 2023 Tri-Point Football League champions first here in week one. Taylor in the shotgun. Handoff to Venton off the left side, past the 20, and he'll be knocked out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Clock will stop with 37 seconds left in this first half.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they're doing an outstanding job sealing the edge, and he's getting outside. And, again, powerful runner, and the speed is deceptive. I mean, he could turn it on, and he can move.
So Neil Asher and Perrine will be the receivers to the far side as we get a whistle. And I believe they're going to want the clock set to 37 seconds. As we'll get some help from the sideline as well.
Yeah, we're having a little issue with the clock, man.
All right, so 37 seconds up on the board. 14-7 is the Gladiators' lead. Empty backfield now for Taylor. Three receivers to the far side. Twin receivers to the near side. Taylor will take a step up in the pocket, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Slipped a little bit. Ball comes loose, but it's going to be well after the whistle. And it's going to bring up fourth down for the Ohio Gladiators. So 26 seconds left here, and the Gladiators will take a timeout. Should be their final timeout of the half. They have a 14-7 lead. They'll try to put something together here as things have kind of fallen apart a little bit for them here with the whistles.
Yeah, well, I'm expecting probably going to run a double streak on one side, and then my thing would be is I'd run Perrine on a stop and go or a post, skinny post, and get that seam inside there to go.
So 26 seconds left here as the Gladiators take their final timeout of the first half. They have a 14-7 lead. The Cobras will receive to begin the second half. As we see a couple of new faces being plugged in for the Cleveland Cobras. So Cleveland in their 4-3 defense. Well, I actually say it's going to be third down, Coach. I apologize.
Okay.
As Taylor now in the shotgun. He'll have Benson to his right. Back to pass, fires out to the near side. And it's going to be caught at the 18-yard line. Clock will continue to run with 20 seconds left. And as well as they're screaming on the ball, it doesn't look like there's much looking to do so as Taylor now will go in the shotgun. Benson his right, twin receivers to each side. Taylor back to pass, fires out to the far side, has a man open in the corner, and it's going to be thrown out of the back of the end zone. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half here in Alliance, as the Gladiators will take a 14-7 lead into the locker room. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll give you a scoring recap and get you set up for the second half here at Marlington High School, Duke Stadium. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club fitting center, and an Odyssey fitting studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday 10 to 4 and Saturday 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Malutic Live is your home for high school sports. We have all the scores on our social media platforms throughout the games. Enjoy our timely updates from local area schools year-round. You won't get the consistency and reliability from anyone else. Our number one priority is servicing our fans and getting them live news as it's happening. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Malutic_live. And remember, our fans come first.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
This is number 56, Antoine Peterson, known as Tony Sweets. You're listening to Cleveland Cobras football on iMedia One Network.
Halftime here at Duke Stadium at Marlington High School, just outside of Alliance, Ohio, as the Ohio Gladiators take a 14-7 lead into the locker room. Scoring went like this to start it off. It wouldn't be till the second quarter that the Gladiators would get on the board by way of a 15-yard touchdown pass from DeMonte Taylor to Perrine. And Nice connection there, Coach. Again, well-executed slant, and we talked about those. Cleveland's had a little trouble defending those this year.
Yeah, they need to be up tight. They're too far off, especially with the inside guy. You're 15 yards off. I'm telling you, I'm throwing that every time.
Cleveland would get on the board just after that on a 52-yard fumble recovery. After a punt, that would be put up the Gladiators up 8-0. And then Kevin Green would return that 52 yards to get the Cobras on the board. Ben Lyons would come in for the extra point. He would get that. It would make an 8-7 game. And with just a couple of minutes left here, it would be a 52-yard touchdown pass from DeMonte Taylor to Asian Burt to give the Gladiators a 14-7 lead. They could not convert on the 2-point conversion. And the Cobras will get the ball to start the second half here. And again, we talk about a good game so far, minus the couple of turnovers by both teams. But other than that, for week one, not really too bad. Now, these are two teams that have played some games, but again, week one in the Tri-Point Football League.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Like I said, I'm impressed with the Gladiators. They've done an outstanding job. I don't know. Maybe I was expecting a little bit more out of the Cobras. I just, watching what they've done, I just really thought their athletes and everybody would be on top because of what went on in the first two called scrimmages, however. But again, they'll patch it up and come out second half, can't make the mistakes, and do what you're doing. And, you're running the ball successfully, but you also have to take what they give you. There's things that I see out there that I think maybe that these adjustments have to be made, but that's why I'm up there and they're on the field.
Yeah, we look at one of the positives. They hold late in the second quarter to get to halftime, but they will get the ball in the second half. So a lot going for them here. Again, and it's always just those couple of little things for the Cobras to clean those up that really would change the complexion of this game. Now, last year, kind of the same scenario, Coach, as the Cobras trailed at halftime. They came back in the fourth quarter to take the win with 2 seconds left, so definitely the game's not over.
Yeah, oh, no, absolutely. This game, you got a lot of football to play yet. So, but they've got to, you know what, they got to put the line in the sand and say, okay, step over, we're going to smack you in the mouth. And that's the thing. They have really got to do a better job offensively and defensively. Defensive linebackers have got to come up, and they have got to shut down Vincent because he's done a great job.
Yeah, certainly the running game has been good for the Ohio Gladiators. We're going to step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll bring you to the third quarter kickoff here from Duke Stadium at Marlington High School. You are listening to the Cleveland Cobras Broadcast Network here on Western Reserve Radio. We're back right after this.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem's local and national sports talk can be found on TuneIn and the Live 365 app at Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge. Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stone, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
Golf in the Mahoning Valley starts at Mill Creek Golf Course. Come out to the 36 beautiful hole design course by Donald Ross, and golf lessons are available by calling the team shop at 330-740-7112. Don't forget about family fun nights on Friday and Saturday evenings, a family of 4 with cart for only $25. Or visit the Wick Recreation Area and the lighted Par 3 course. Book your tee time today at 330-740-7112 or online at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Hello, Kubo. What have you got planned for today?
Come on, this way.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
It's the most powerful magic there is.
Head outside to discover incredible animals.
Wow.
And beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure. So grab your loved ones and explore a world of possibilities. Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
My teacher said that we should have a plan in case of an emergency. Do we have one?
First thing I'm gonna do is grab a flashlight with dead batteries.
I'm going to start randomly throwing clothes in the bag. You two will be hiding in the closet and Dad won't be able to find you.
And that's when we both start crying.
Uncontrollably. Can you pass the cutlets?
Winging it is not an emergency plan. Make sure your kids know what to do during an emergency, who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311. Brought to you by the New York City Office of Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
This is number 79, Josh Jackson. And you're listening to Cleveland Cobras football on iMedia One Network. Let's get it.
Third quarter action coming up here from Duke Stadium in Alliance, Ohio. Cobras will get the ball to kick off this third quarter, second half here, as they trail by a score of 14-7. Will Shropshire to kick off for the Gladiators. And both kickers really have done a nice job today. It's at this level hard to come across kickers, but when you have them, especially when you have a battle like this, it really changes the field position. It makes it a little more interesting.
Well, absolutely. If you got a good kicker and you got good coverage, you can keep them buried, and that's what you want to do. Keep them deep in their own inside.
Do you like those kickers then, Coach? And silence.
Nope.
The silence was deafening.
It was deafening. You could hear crickets going.
So it'll be Tyree Knight and Andre Daniels back to return for the Cobras. We'll see what adjustments they make coming up here in the third quarter. They started off well in the first quarter on the ground after a turnover. Actually, an exchange of turnovers by the Gladiators and the Cobras. Gladiators would go into the halftime with a 14-7 lead. Shropshire now has the kickoff team set, and we are underway here. As this one's going to be a line drive to Tyree Knight. He'll pick it up at the 10-yard line, make it out to the 15, and he'll be tracked down at the 16-yard line. Shropshire coming down there making the tackle after kicking the ball off. Great young athlete right there.
Personal foul.
And that's coming up against the Cobras. So I believe that was going to be head contact. It was the initial call.
Yep.
So that'll put him back right around the 8-yard line. So the Cobras will start deep in their own end of the field to get this third quarter started.
This has been their scenario this year so far. Really, 3 games. They get fair field position on a kickoff, and then something like this happens, and they're backed up to their own end zone.
So the Cobras will have the ball first and 10. We'll see where they mark it at here as the umpire actually is going to take it back to, looks like the 7-yard line as we get some whistles. And only 7 people out on the defense for the Gladiators. I mean, it's great if you can play with 7, but I wouldn't recommend it.
No.
14:55 of the third quarter here. Twin receivers to the far side.
Ooh.
And I believe the Gladiators had to take their first time out of the half. They just couldn't get the personnel together.
They had half a team out there.
So we'll step aside for a quick break. You're listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network.
The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Tyree Knight, number 2 of the Cleveland Cobras, and you're listening to the Tri-Point Football League on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network. Go Cobras.
All right, 14:55 left here, third quarter, and Gladiators seem to have 11 on the field now.
We hope.
That was a challenge there
What?
for a moment.
Wait a minute.
All right, so
who's counting?
Metcalf making his way to the field, and we'll see if the officials will count them up. Twin receivers to the far side now. Thompson in the shotgun. Matthew Wise, a receiver, single receiver to the near side. He'll be one-on-one with Anthony Spooney.
There's 12.
And now Metcalf coming off the field. Thompson waving downfield. He caught it, and it's going to be Matt Wise dropping the ball at the 23-yard line. A free play for the Cleveland Cobras, but they're going to get the penalty yardage if you want to make a positive out of it.
And he hit him on a dead run, and he split the defensive backs. You got to catch these balls with that.
Wow. So Slap Thompson, alert enough to pick up on that they were going to have a free play, told him to head downfield. Wise came across the middle and dropped the ball, but nonetheless, now it'll be 1st and 5 for the Cleveland Cobras. They'll mark the ball at the 12-yard line. Thompson in the shotgun now. 3 receivers to the far side. Matthew Wise, a single receiver to the near side. Again, one-on-one with Spooney. Thompson, 3-step drop, pump fakes, fires over the middle, and it's going to be caught at the 26-yard line. They didn't think anybody touched him, but all right, nonetheless, they will mark that as a first down for the Cobras. And the ball's going to be at the 27-yard line. So I don't know if there's a rule change here.
I don't think so. I mean, the officials got to say that, remember, it ain't high school, guys.
They may have argued that he gave himself up. As Thompson now back in the shotgun, they'll go up tempo. 14:22 left here, third quarter. Thompson with the hard count, takes a snap, fires out to the far side. One spin, ball's loose on the turf, and it's going to be covered up by the Cobras. Ball will be at the 25-yard line now.
That didn't look like he had possession of it, but again, from over here, official standing right there. So.
Well, I think they're going to agree with you because they're going to mark the ball back at the 26-yard line.
Okay.
So there is some agreement there. Good call, Coach.
No, that's
hard to tell from our angle, but
right. But that's what it looked like. He was spinning around. It looked like he really never had control of it.
So second down for the Cobras. We'll make it 2nd and 11. Ball at the Cleveland 26-yard line. Andre Daniels, a receiver to the far side. Matthew Wise to the near side. He'll again be one-on-one with Spooney. One high safety for the Gladiators. And you might want to start looking at these outside receivers here. Thompson now will send Johnson in motion left to right. Pump fake by Thompson. Looking for Wise. Wise kind of hesitated on his pattern, and he overthrew him. And that's going to bring up third down for the Cobras.
Actually, Jim, what I saw was when he threw the ball, he got interfered with. So they got away with another one. I don't know what the officials are looking at. That ball's in the air. You cannot touch that receiver, and it looked like they bumped him and took him off course. That should have been a penalty.
Well, nonetheless, it'll be 3rd and 11 now for the Cobras at their own 26-yard line. Daniels and Wise, the receivers to each side. Actually, 3 receivers to the far side now as we get a whistle. As the clock will begin to run. So trip receivers to the far side now. Cleveland moving left to right on your devices if you're listening in on the Live 365 network or tune in. Thompson with the hard count again. 3-step drop, steps up in the pocket under pressure, and he's going to be brought down. 4th down for the Cobras. And that's going to be Josh Davis with the sack in the backfield for the Ohio Gladiators.
He's just absolutely annihilating the tackle from the Cobras. And I'll tell you what, I've been watching him. And there's where your pressure's coming. He's swimming around him. He's got fast feet, and he has no control. The tackle has got to move. That's Charles Williams. He has got to start moving his feet. I understand he's a big guy, but he's got to start shuffling his feet because he's getting eaten alive up front.
Ben Lyons in to punt for the Cobras. Ben Slater now will make his way onto the field for the Cobras. He'll be the gunner on our near side. Lyons will post up right around the Cleveland 7-yard line. He'll wait for the snap as Slap Thompson, the starting quarterback, will be the long snapper. Still on the ground, but he'll get this one away. A high end-over-end punt. And it's going to take a Cleveland bounce near midfield, but it's going to die out at the Cleveland 48-yard line. 11:57 left here in this third quarter. The Ohio Gladiators with a 14-7 lead over the Cleveland Cobras. And that first series started out well again, but few hiccups, and kind of that brings that drive to a stall.
Yeah, again, you can't do that. So now defense, you got to be on your toes here. We got to try to stop them, get no yardage, and maybe we could play a little bit of field position. But they seem to go right down the field, and then they make the mistake. So Cleveland's just got to get it done.
11:57 left in the third quarter. Gladiators with a 14-7 lead. Taylor in the shotgun. Benson to his right. Twin receivers to each side. Low snap. Taylor going to pick it up. Under pressure. And he's going to escape and make out past midfield. And get past the 45-yard line down to the 44. And Taylor making something out of nothing. Low snap, had to pick it up, and was able to spin and turn.
Yeah, instead of a 7-yard loss, they get a, almost a 5-yard gain. And they just they're getting there, but they got to wrap them up.
DeMonte Taylor, the Gladiators quarterback, the 5'11", 180-pounder out of Independence High School. Twin receivers to the far side, as it'll be Neil Asher and Perrine. Twin receivers to the near side. Taylor in the shotgun. Venson to his left, offset, high snap. Again, they'll give it to Venson. Venson going to be hit in the backfield and brought down. Gnawing on the tackle. Read that beautifully. Came through with a textbook tackle.
And again, now they're sending people. They're trying to confuse them. They're not giving him the time, so as soon as he's getting a snap, and that's the other thing, both snaps have been pretty high. And when that happens, Jim, it throws the timing of the playoff. You got to have that ball in your chest, so whatever play it is, you got to get it done.
Do I know that?
At times, there have been your moments.
Yes, indeed. Again, not real humid, but sometimes the ball getting a little bit with there's some sweat. As Taylor now in the shotgun. Back to pass, 3-step. Drop, fires over the middle. He's going to throw it into the dirt. And the nearest one to that was a Cobra, and I believe that was going to be gnawing.
And what it was the linebacker dropped and was right in the alley, and I think he went to pull the trigger, and he kind of pulled back a little bit and threw it in the dirt. That's what it looks like, and we finally going to get a punt.
Well, for the first time today, the Cleveland Gladiators punt team will come on. I believe it'll be Will Shropshire that's going to do the kicking duties.
Be aware, though. Be aware.
And I believe that is going to be Dontrell Nalling back to return for the Cobras. He'll post up right around his own 21-yard line as Shropshire now not real deep there, only about 8 yards. High loopy snap, and it's going to be a kick towards the sideline. He'll head out of bounds at the 20-yard line. So Cleveland will take over 1st and 10 at the 20. 10-17 left here, third quarter. Gladiators with a 14-7 lead over the Cleveland Cobras. And the Cobras, again, looking to kind of put something together here. This is almost of a repeat of last year. Again, struggle. And then late in the third quarter, fourth quarter, you start to put something together. But that's not going to be a real good formula for you as you play these good teams.
You'd think you had a cement wall at the 20. You just can't get beyond that on every time they get the ball. It's at the 20. So they have got to have a sustained drive. Get down the field. They have got to start playing on their side of the field because I don't think we broke the 40-yard line yet this half. I mean, they keep stalling.
So 1st and 10 for the Cobras at their own 20. 10-17 left here at the third quarter. Should be coming to almost a conclusion over there in Youngstown, over on City View Sportscast, as the Stark County Wolfpack had a 19-6 lead over the Mahoning Valley Federals. We'll see how that one wraps up. As Thompson now into shotgun. He'll pass this out to the far side. It'll be complete. And pitch back to Thompson. Thompson trying to get around there. Trying to get around the corner. He'll get out to the 25. They try to ad-lib a little bit. We're going to have a late flag. And I believe that Thompson was hit late going out of bounds. So that might add 15 on for the Cobras. And judging by his body language, that might be Russell Terry that was the guilty party. Not sure. We couldn't tell. And the massive bodies to the far side on the Cobra sideline.
Yeah, but it's definitely against the Gladiators because he's walking it off.
The ball now marked at the 39-yard line. And, Coach, when you get down here as a play caller, this opens up the playbook a little bit here. Now, you're not playing with your back to the end zone.
Yeah, it really helps out a lot. So, but, again, don't get greedy. Take what they give you. They still need to run the ball. See what defense you got. Now they're mixing them up. You got
Thompson
there you
with
go.
the handoff to the right side. It'll be T.J. Johnson, he'll drag a defender for a few yards, get out to the 45-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Cobras.
And that's a good run, and that's what they got. That's what you need on first down. You get 3 or beyond. That's a decent run on that. So outstanding job. They're doing a good job up front now. Now we'll try to wear them out a little bit here. Again, take what they give you.
Yeah, not a long way to go in this one. No need to abandon the run game for the Cobras. As they will have the ball they'll call it kind of 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5, depending on where you're at. So Thompson in the shotgun, one running back to his right, twin receivers to each side. He'll give it to Johnson again, out to the left side, trying to find a corner. He'll get a block, and Robert Littlejohn trying to create some problems. Ball loose, and I'm not sure if he wasn't already down. No indication from the officials, but the ball came loose on the far side, and they're going to be just short of a first down. Cobras will maintain possession, but again, ball security, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're ripping at it. So you know what? The defense is doing their job, but they have got to have, I always said, Tiki Barber, tip underneath the chin, and then you cross it over with the other one up to your shoulder, and they'll never punch that out.
So ball at the 47-yard line. Cobras got to get to the 49 for a first down. 8:38 left here, third quarter. Gladiators still with a 14-7 lead over the Cobras here in week 1 of the Tri-Point Football League season. 2-by-2 as Thompson will wait for the snap. 3rd and 2 for the Cobras. Thompson, quick pass, out to Wise. Wise working to the outside, and he's going to be brought down at the 47. No gain on the play. Spooney will bring down Matt Wise.
And that was a great play by Spooney. He did a great job.
So question is now, you're down by 1 touchdown. Do you punt? But Thompson coming back in, although he has been doing the long snapping.
Well, my opinion is got to be, field position right now. I'd still say what you need to do is go for it. They got to get this first down, though.
Would Coach Noble agree with you?
Coach Noble would tell me, punt the ball, man. What are you doing? You got to pin them.
4th and 2 for the Cobras. Thompson in the shotgun, and we're going to have some movement up front. And Thompson going to slam the ball in frustration. Thought he had the play, but Cobras will be knocked back 5, and that'll bring on Ben Lyons for the punt.
That's just flat-out discipline. You got to sit down and just don't move. And, again, that's they got to straighten this mess out with the Cobras. They're a better football team than this. Getting real sloppy anymore, and the coaching staff's got to put their thumb down or a foot up, either or.
Way to clean that one up, Coach. Very impressive.
Yep.
7:20 left here, third quarter. Clock continues to run. Cobras punt team will come on. They're trying to flip sides of the field here. I stand corrected. This is the offense.
Wow.
We'll see if it's going to be a pooch kick. As Thompson will be in the shotgun. One running back to his right. Twin receivers to each side. And again, a pooch kick, and it's going to roll downfield past the 30, down near the 26-yard line. And it's going to be – I don't think it was tipped at the line, but Shmarke Wright will cover that up for the Gladiators just in case. So they will mark the ball at the 25-yard line. 6:45 left here, third quarter. Gladiators with a 14-7 lead, so the punt actually does a favor for the Cobras.
Yeah, I finally got him at this end of the field, and Coach was not happy about that because you should never, with a ball rolling around with that many people, you should never do it.
So we had an interesting game going on up in Detroit as the Detroit Ravens and the Michigan Gators going at it. The Gators jumped out to a 14-0 lead. However, the Ravens have come back and taken a 20-14 lead as the Ravens look for their 32nd win in a row, Coach.
No, that's crazy.
Taylor with a high snap. He'll hand this one off. Contact in the backfield as Benson will be brought down. Dalling initially had the hit. He slipped a tackle, and the Cobras will get a tackle for loss. They'll knock him back about 2 yards officially, so 2nd and 12 for the Gladiators.
Looked like a Brill Taylor. I mean, he shot that gap, and he was all over that. We had him in the backfield. Somebody whiffed back there, but his buddies were there, and they were able to take him down. So that's a good job. Now we just got to hold him here.
6:14 on a clock that continues to run. They'll actually say no loss on the play. So second and 10. Taylor in the shotgun, one single receiver to the far side. That'll be Neil Asher. Twin receivers to the near side. High snap again. They'll hand it off to Vincent. Vincent going to be brought down. Maybe picked up a yard. Could argue maybe even 2 yards. But that'll bring up third down for the Gladiators.
Yeah, Andy Cohn beat his block, and he went inside, and that's exactly what he needs to do. Don't penetrate. When you get depth like that, come scrape down the line, and that's exactly what he did. So he ended up with maybe about a 1-yard loss. That's the problem, too, with some of these guys. They get into the backfield, and the problem lies is then the running backs juke and then get underneath them. So if they stay at the line of scrimmage, like I used to tell my defense, guess what? They're coming at you. Why go to them? They're going to have to come to you anyway.
So 3rd and 10 for the Gladiators. Taylor in the shotgun. Twin receivers to each side. 5-11 left here, third quarter. Taylor, little problem with the snap, but he's going to throw it down the sideline, looking for an open man, and it's going to be knocked away by the Cobras. And it's going to be an outstanding play. I believe that was going to be Cam Scott on the defense for the Cobras. And it looked like maybe even tried Terry Hosey in there as well. So 5:03 left here. It'll be 4th down for the Gladiators. Shropshire will come in for the punt. We're going to have a flag on the play.
Silly.
And this is going to be obviously a personal foul, but hopefully this is going to offset as we had 2 players exchanging pleasantries.
Well, but the official broke it up, told him get off the field, and he kept John. They got the Cleveland player off the field, and he kept going. So they are going to back up, I guess. We'll see what happens. I didn't see anything that said offset.
No, I saw one flag, and I guess they're going to call the Gladiators for this. So this will put them back to the 10-yard line. 5:03 left here, third quarter, and this is an opportunity for the Cobras.
This is what they needed. They need to back them up, shorten the field up for the offense, and get it done. Now, a player like that, official tells you, shut up, get off the field, and he kept running his mouth, and the official did not look at the Cobra guys because they got him off the field and then threw the flag. High snap out of the end zone.
And Shropshire couldn't reach up to get it. And the Cobras will get 2 points. So the Gladiators will return the favor and give a free 2 points to the Cobras. It's now a 14-9 game. And the Cobras will also get possession with 5:03 left here, third quarter. So how things kind of flip around with this momentum.
But again, that's what causes when you do something silly and you get a 15-yard penalty for unsportsman or whatever they were going to call on that. And now you've hurt your football team. Now you're going to get great field position by these guys. And again, as you say, this could turn the momentum around. We saw it last year. It's possible we could do it again this year.
So 5:03 left here, and I think we have a final from Youngstown. The Stark County Wolfpack get the 19-6 win over the Mahoning Valley Federals. That over on City View Sportscast and SMP Sports. As Dave Ferris trying to check it in for us. Dave does a lot of stuff up here. He pushes a lot of buttons.
He absolutely does.
I recommend if you can get a Dave, get a Dave.
Until he could start popping popcorn in the booth, though. I mean, I'm not going to grade him high.
Well, I mean, we can work on that.
We have to.
Absolutely.
You bring so much equipment up here. What's one small microwave? I mean, come on.
Dave, if you could get Dave.
Go ahead, Dave. Go. What are you going to say, Dave?
Don't let the mic. There you go, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Do you want microwave, or do you want me to just haul, one of those antique popcorn poppers?
Well, I have one of those.
Well, now that
we'll
you
make it
mentioned
easy. I got mine. It's on wheels.
Let's get the good buttered flavor stuff.
5:03 left here, third quarter. Shropshire to kick off from the 20-yard line. He'll kick this one off the tee as Daniels and Knight will return for the Cobras. As the Gladiators now lead by a score of 14-9. Great back and forth battle here in week 1 of the Tri-Point Football League. And Shropshire now will get into this one, and it'll be Tyree Knight from the 21-yard line out to the 25, 30, out to the 40. He'll pass up Burt, the 45, and out at the 48-yard line. And the Cobras will have the ball near midfield to start this drive. 4:56 left here, third quarter. Cobras trail by a score of 14-9, but things going a little bit south for the Ohio Gladiators at the moment.
Yeah, now let's be smart here. Let's do what we need to do now. Let's play possession football. You got plenty of time. 4:56 left in the third, so you got plenty of time for everything. Let's not do anything silly. Run the ball, throw short passes, safe stuff. Just work down the field, wear them out a little bit.
Actually, they're going to mark the ball back at the 45. They'll say he went out of bounds. As we'll have trip receivers to the near side. I believe that's going to be D'Angelo Thompson now in at the wide receiver spot for the Cobras. Actually going to go empty backfield. Thompson in the shotgun. We'll see if he's going to run with this one as he spreads out the Gladiator defense. Back to pass. Fires down the middle, and it's going to be picked off at the 32-yard line. Back to the 40, 45. And brought down inside Cleveland territory at the 49-yard line. And it looks like just a bad read as we're going to have a flag, Coach.
We got
a
little extra business going on the sidelines.
So we'll see who these flags are going to be on. Again, I don't know if you can pinpoint one person, but looks like cooler heads are going to prevail, and they will make their way back to the sideline. And anytime you get near the sideline, you run the risk of that happening. But fortunately, it looked like everybody stepped in, but there are some flags pending.
Yep.
So 4:44 left here, third quarter. Cobras throw the interception. They still trail by 5. And we'll see how the flags are going to affect this either way. So dead ball, personal foul coming up against the Gladiators. And we have one ejection. And there's going to be a personal foul against Cleveland and another ejection. Didn't get the numbers. We can't hear them from that far out. But one ejection on each side of the ball. But offsetting penalties.
Yep. This is the part that I've always hated. Just, keep your cool.
4:44 left here, third quarter. Gladiators lead by a score of 14-9. As the officials will sort this one out. Again, ball not going to move as they'll be offsetting penalties, but there'll be 2 players that will be headed to the locker room. As the lights are on now here at Duke Stadium. Sun's starting to go down. 8:40 is the street time, as they say. 4:44 left here in the third quarter. As Kevin Green will make his way to the field. It'll be the 4th and the 4-man front. Cleveland with the 4-3 defense. Taylor now in the shotgun. Twin receivers to each side. 1st and 10. Ball at the 48-yard line. Slow snap again. Taylor trying to reset. Fires down the sideline. He's got a man open, and it's going to be knocked away. And we're going to have a flag at the sideline. Coach, I don't know about that one. I thought that one went over his head. Fortson on the coverage.
Yeah, I'm going to say it was uncatchable, so.
And hopefully somebody will try to make that point.
I think that's.
I would believe that Neil Asher was not going to be able to go up that high and get the ball.
And they reversed it. He reversed it. It was too high and outside.
Okay, so from 4:30 left here in this third quarter, I thought there was going to be a pass interference, and they're going to mark it off.
Wow.
They're going to mark it from the spot from the previous spot, which will make it 1st and 10 for the Gladiators at the Cleveland 32-yard line. And again, Coach, not often do I disagree, but I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that was way out of bounds. It was uncatchable, and that should have never been called.
So nonetheless, 1st and 10 for the Gladiators. At the 33-yard line, Taylor in the shotgun. He'll give it to Vincent. Vincent through the backfield, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. No call. Vincent came back in an awkward position. There was no flag on that.
Oh, boy.
But Vincent not getting up either as well. 4:17 left here as the clock will stop. It'll be an official's timeout, and hopefully Raekwon Vincent will be able to get up and shake that one off. Again, he kind of got caught from the shoulder pad. and he came down awkwardly.
Yeah, and I will tell you, it was not on the nameplate. He had him on the shoulder pad, but pulled him not backwards, pulled him sideways. But he looked like he twisted his knee up.
Awesome.
I don't want to see that. This gentleman, he's a good ball player.
Yeah, he's been a big part of this offense today. Raekwon Benson will go to the sideline, and he'll try to stretch things out a little bit.
Look at his calf. That's definitely a cramp. About the size of a softball, balled up.
Well, hopefully he'll work that one out as Neil Asher will be the receiver to the far side. Now twin receivers to the near side. Taylor in the shotgun. Shropshire to his right. 2nd and 10 for the Gladiators. Option to the outside. Ball's on the ground. Shropshire's, it's loose. And it looks like the Cobras are going to fall on it at the 42-yard line. A fumble.
Cobras ball.
By the Cobras. Or excuse me, a recovery by the Cobras. 3:46 left here in the third quarter. And the option looked relatively good there, Coach. Looked like it was well done, except that pitch kind of went over the head of Will Shropshire.
Yeah, I think he waited too long, and what he did was he threw it up. What you got to do is from your chest. Again, being a Cheney guy, I watched it for years with Matt Cavanaugh and Ronnie Calcagney, flipping that thing from underneath and underhand, and he didn't. He tried to throw it, and that's never going to work on that play. And plus, You got to have your spacing, and he was way outside. He needs to run maybe about 3 yards on his outside hip for that pitch. He just was too far out, and he tried to throw it up, and that was not a good thing.
So the Cobras will take over 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. 3:46 left here, third quarter. Gladiators with a 14-9 lead in what has been pretty much a repeat of last year's game. Exciting all the way around as Thompson now will go to the empty backfield. Twin receivers to the near side. Thompson waiting for the snap. Low snap. Thompson will pick it up, looking downfield, fires. It's going to be caught at the 45, past the 40, and he'll be brought. Ball's loose, and it's going to be recovered by the Ohio Gladiators. So the Cobras take it away, and then they giveth away. As the Gladiators now will take over 1st and 10 right around their own 38-yard line. 3:34 left here in the third quarter.
They're just, and you know what, it's funny because both teams are ripping at the ball. Again, he's hanging it outside like a loaf of bread instead of putting it high and tight. These guys, the running back coaches, have got to talk to these guys. There's too many fumbles just in this game. Both teams ripping it out of there because they're not securing the football.
So 1st and 10 for the Ohio Gladiators. They'll mark the ball at the Gladiator 38-yard line. Twin receivers to the near side. That'll be Burt and Mitchell. Taylor waiting for the snap. Shropshire to his left. They'll give it to Shropshire up the middle. He's going to be met at the line. Nowhere to go. There'll be no gain on the play for the Gladiators. 2nd and 10 now for the home team.
Here we go.
And another flag here is, so we're going to have some talking going on, and the officials trying to get control of this before it gets out of hand. So we'll see who this one's going to be against. Personal foul coming up against Cleveland, and another ejection coming against the Cobras. Again, we're not getting the numbers of the ejections, but the officials with zero tolerance here.
Well, looks like Andy Code is done.
Yeah, looks like Andy is going to be done for the night. And that's a big loss for that front four. So for whatever reason, the ball hasn't moved yet. And there, the umpire will pick it up, and he'll add 15 on. It'll be possibly just short of a first down. They'll mark this one at the 48-yard line, still on the Ohio Gladiator side of the field. And it's right at the first down marker. And indeed, it will be a fresh set of downs for the Ohio Gladiators. 2:55 left here, third quarter. Taylor now into shotgun. Shropshire to his left. Twin receivers to the near side. Taylor back to pass. Fires over the middle. And it's going to be dropped as the ball skipped off the ground, intended for Devontae Neal Asher. out of Alliance High School.
Defense up front had a good pressure. They were getting to him, and he made them happy feet, and he threw it into the ground. So
second down now for the Ohio Gladiators. 2:43 left here in the third quarter. As both teams short players now. Taylor in the shotgun. Trip receivers to the near side. He'll have Shropshire to his left. Single receiver to the far side. He'll give it to Will Shropshire. Contact in the backfield. And he'll be brought down immediately. Tackle for loss by the Cobras. And I believe that's going to be one of the new signees from Erie that were talked about earlier this week. DeMonte Taylor will bring in the play from the sideline.
He looked like he was shot out of a cannon, Jim.
And he's not a small man either.
No, he's a big boy.
I believe that would be a cannonball.
Yeah, really.
All I can tell that young man is cover up.
Yeah.
So Perrine now making his way to the near side in the trips formation. Taylor in the shotgun, single receiver to the far side. Shropshire in the backfield still for the Ohio Gladiators. Cleveland showing some pressure as they go to the three-man front. Taylor back to pass. Under pressure. Being chased down again. He'll fire this one over the middle. And it's going to be intercepted now. Was it inbounds?
They got him.
Indeed. It was picked off. And I wish we could see who that was. And I believe that's going to be Dontrell Nalling, listed as a linebacker. Looked like a safety. Went up for that one. And a beautiful interception by the Cobras. So turnovers back and forth between these two teams. 1:22 left here, third quarter. The Gladiators with a 14-9 lead.
This is like a prize fight. I'm telling you. This one knocks down. That one knocks down. This knocks down. It's just this is pretty good. Neil Asher, number 13 for the Gladiators, is absolutely livid on the sidelines talking to the officials. He feels that he was probably interfered with and wasn't able to get that. So officials said, don't want to hear it. Go sit down.
Well, the officials have had a firm control of this game here so far.
Yeah, they have not let it get out of control, especially with all the stuff that's going on.
So a close game, a competitive game here between these two teams. As Thompson now will come out in the shotgun. Twin receivers to each side. First and 10. Ball marked at the 28-yard line. Thompson in the shotgun. Three-step drop. Fires. Caught at the 38-yard line. Made it out to midfield. Out to the 10. Out to the 40. Inside the 40. Down at the 36-yard line. And a big completion. And again, one of the new numbers we didn't get, and I apologize to that young man because that was a beautiful pitch, catch, and run.
Yeah, he caught the ball and then held on to the ball. That's what you want to do. He was able to gallop down the field, got the Gladiators on their heels. So now we got to finish the game.
First and 10 for the Gladiators for the Cobras at the Gladiators' 38-yard line. Ben Slater now in at the receiver to the far side. They'll go stacked receivers to the left, twin receivers to the right. Thompson in the shotgun. Thompson with the snap. He'll give it to T.J. Johnson up the field. Out to the 30, past the 30, 25, and down at the 24-yard line. And that'll be a first down for the Cobras. And Cleveland probably with their best drive of the day.
I kept thinking, I know you were talking, I want to interrupt you. I wanted to say, run the ball, because now the front is tired.
Speaking of running things, the clock has run down here for the third quarter.
Here we go.
We have an exciting one here, folks. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network. We're back after this.
The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway club fitting center, and an Odyssey fitting studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
This is number 79, Josh Jackson. And you're listening to Cleveland Cobras football on iMedia One Network. Let's get it.
Josh Jackson for the Cleveland Cobras with a little station ID for us. And ladies, I'm not sure he's available.
Lou Rawls. A little bit of Lou Rawls. We got to get him some music.
I'm telling you, that is a great radio voice.
As I say, we need to get that man to do some voiceover.
I'm
stuff
telling you,
for
we should have him in the studio. He did that one at his own home. So actually, I don't know.
That came out pretty good.
He did. He did a great job. So we like to have a little fun with the roster, and as we get a whistle here as everybody's trying to get set. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Cobras. Ball marked at the 24-yard line. Hand off to Johnson to the outside. He'll work his way past the 20. Multiple flags coming in. Johnson spinning and turning past the 20 down to the 18. But I believe we might have an illegal formation for the Cobras.
Why were we offside?
And
the Gladiator was not across the line of scrimmage when they snapped the ball. He was in our backfield.
I thought that would have been an illegal formation. I see it's an illegal shift. All right, I don't know what I'm getting 3 different signals from the officials, so we'll see what our official referee is saying. Encroachment,
Offside,
defense,
there we go.
Illegal block in the back.
Offset.
All right, so we're going to offset penalties here. Illegal block in the back for the Cobras and encroachment for the defense. So we're going to say that play never happened. 14:51 left here.
You pick up the flag, regroup, go into your huddle, and let's go.
So after all the fuss, nothing.
Yeah.
Clock will begin to run here. 14:50 here in the fourth quarter of Week 1 of the Tri-Point Football League. Cleveland trailing the Ohio Gladiators by a score of 14-9.
All right, what are we waiting for?
And I believe we're waiting for the clock to start here. The official going to give us the whistle. And
they already did. That's why I say they got to get up there. They're going to get a delay. He's got to be watching the guy in the back.
Matt Wise and Marvin Germany, twin receivers to the far side, stacked receivers to the near side. As Thompson will wait for the snap. T.J. Johnson to his left. Thompson with the handoff straight up the middle. Past the 20. He'll fight his way down to about the 17-yard line. Actually, I believe they're going to say the 18, but he might have crawled that extra yard. So Emmett Calhoun checking in for the Cobras now.
Yep, Mr.
Told him he's our poster child, used in some of our graphics today. Emmett been around quite a while now.
Mr. Little John was there to make the tackle. He was up in the cage and got him.
Yep. Robert Littlejohn, the former Cleveland Cobra. We had a lot of fun watching him as he was a defensive end for the Cobras, and boy, he was hard to defend on that outside. As we'll have twin receivers to each side now. Emmett Calhoun now to the right of Thompson in the shotgun. 2nd and 5 for Cleveland. Thompson waiting for the snap. Quick pass out to Wise. Wise past the 20, trying to get to the outside. He'll spin. Slip one tackle. Get inside the 5 and knocked out of bounds at the 4-yard line. He was able to get around the tackle. Shamark Wright. And Shamark Wright not happy about that, but trying to tackle too high, Coach, and that's what happens.
And it's going to bite you every time because he's going to throw that stiff arm or he's going to be slipping you around. And, again, a tackle with your shoulder, attack the waist because they can't move that. Eyes on the numbers and attack that hit, lift, and drive.
So 1st and goal for the Cobras. Ball at the 6-yard line. 13:06 left here, fourth quarter. Twin receivers to each side. Emmett Calhoun will remain at the running back position right to the right of Slap Thompson. He'll move to the left side now. As Thompson with that hard count. He'll hand it off to Calhoun. Actually, he'll pull the ball under pressure. Fires in the corner of the end zone. Has Andre Daniels. It's going to be knocked away by the Cobras. An outstanding play. And I don't have a 14 for the Gladiators, so I apologize. But an outstanding defensive play. Knocked the ball away, and it's going to bring up 2nd and goal now for the Cobras.
They both went up at the highest point, and he swatted it. The only thing that I was kind of upset with, he should have given him the ball, the running back the ball, because there was nobody there. They cleared that area out. If they get him, I mean, he literally walks in. So, and he had a good fake, too.
12:36 left here in this game. So 2-by-2 are the receivers for the Cobras. Again, Emmett Calhoun will remain in as Thompson will work from the shotgun. Low snap. Thompson will pick it up. Under pressure. He's going to be brought down in the backfield at the 17-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal for the Cobras after the loss. 12:09 left here on this running clock.
Again, why do we get down to the 6-yard line and we want to throw the ball? We've been running successful. Pound it. Pound the rock. Now you're 3rd and 15 yards from the goal.
Yep, 3rd and goal for the Cobras. 11:50 on a running clock. And at some point here, Coach, you're down by 5, but you got Ben Lyons there. Do you take the chance and take the points?
Well, that's a tough call. I don't know. The snaps have not been good either. So
twin receivers to each side. 3rd and goal from the 15-yard line. Thompson in the shotgun. Some movement up front, and we'll see what we have here.
It's got to be offsides.
And they're going to say a false start against the offense. Again, I don't know about that one, but the officials have a better angle than we do, so the ball now placed at the 20-yard line. 11:23 left here, 4th quarter. Cobras now 3rd and goal from the 20-yard line.
They have got to be disciplined up front. Again, we talk about you got the ball on the 6. Now on 3rd down, you got the ball on the 20. They got to be smart here.
So Cobras from the huddle. We'll have 3rd and goal from the 20-yard line. Twin receivers to the near side, single receiver to the far side. T.J. Johnson back in. As we'll make it twin receivers now to the far side. He'll send Daniels in motion from right to left. Trips receivers to the near side now, as Daniels now will be the outside receiver to our near side. Thompson waiting for the snap, and Thompson not seeing the receiver, still moving around, and a flag on the play. And I'm sure this penalty is going to be declined. They never got set. And we'll see what we have here. But an illegal shift coming up against the Cobras. It'll be 4th and goal from the 20, as I'm sure the Gladiators will decline that penalty. So 4th down now. Actually mark it at the 24-yard line.
Going for 3.
So Ben Lyons for the field goal. Joe Barrico, the holder. And Lyons, this is well within Lyons' range.
If we could get the snap.
So 41-yard field goal attempt for the Cobras. 10 minutes left here in this game. Barrico set, waiting for the snap. Good snap. Kick is up. And it is doinks off the left upright and no good. Had the distance, but went off the left upright. And with 9:46 left here in the 4th quarter, the Cobras still trail by a score of 14-9.
Wow. And that thing hit way up on top of the upright.
So the good news for the Cobras is the Gladiators will be pinned back at their own 24-yard line. As maybe a glass half full situation there for them.
Yeah.
But Ben Lyons, normally very dependable, just pulls that one a little bit too far to the left.
Yeah, because it looked like the snap was fairly decent and the hold was good. So, yeah, he just kershanked it.
Or as John Madden would say, doinked it. Doinked it. So 9:46 left here. As they'll go twin receivers to the far side, single receivers to the near side. Taylor with the handoff. They'll fight forward. Big hit. Coming up as Gladiators, Benson will pick up a yard or two. He's still kind of limping a little bit, maybe from that play earlier, trying to work out that cramp, that grape-sized cramp in his right leg.
Yeah, more like grapefruit, but that's okay. Yeah, he took a whack. Somebody went in there and nailed him. Got to think here. We've got to watch these slants because this is where they have attacked us, is on the slants. Play up a little bit. Don't get caught.
2nd and 8 now for the Gladiators. Twin receivers to the far side, single receiver to the near side. One running back to each hip of Taylor. Taylor on the outside, trying to find some room to run. and he'll go out of bounds near the 34-yard line.
Well,
and a little bit of an exchange down there, but looks like, again, cooler heads will prevail.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he engaged them. He drove them back, hands to the inside. That's why the official let it go. He drove them clean to the sidelines.
So 8:50 left here as the clock will stop as they go out of bounds. 3rd and 4.
They're running the clock.
Gladiators going to take their time here now, try to eat some of this clock up. But 3rd and 4 for the Gladiators. Ball now marked at their own 30-yard line. Gladiators with a 14-9 lead over the Cleveland Cobras. The Gladiators coming off the big 2023 TPFL championship. Taylor to the outside now, looking for room to cut up inside. And he's going to get enough for the first down out to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Gladiators.
Yeah, they got to key that quarterback. They can't go. They got to watch where the football goes, and somebody's got to, on defense, that's got to be their man. They got to watch that quarterback.
So safety for both teams today on the punt teams. Bad snaps both ways.
Yep, absolutely.
So we'd be looking at a 12-7 game without those. 14-9 is your score. Gladiators with the lead. Mitchell and Burt, the twin receivers to the far side. Taylor in the shotgun, one running back to each side. He'll take his time. Taylor, high snap. He'll bring it down. He'll take it out to the far side, and he'll fight his way out to the 38-yard line. So 2nd down for the Gladiators. And Taylor pretty much just trying to get some yards and eat some clock up now.
Yeah, and that's all he's doing. I mean, he doesn't want to take any chances. I mean, he's kept it now the last couple of times, and he's trying to be very, very careful. But he has to be careful on the exchange. You don't want to be able to say, no, you got it, no, I got it, and then it ends up on the turf.
Cobra still showing 3 timeouts. Ohio Gladiators with 2. I'm sure the Gladiators not looking to stop the clock as Burt will be the receiver to the far side. They'll have Mitchell in the slot as well. Single receiver to the near side. Taylor in max protection in the shotgun. Shropshire to his right. 6:33 left here in this game. High snap again, and we're going to have a whistle.
Procedure, Jim.
So an illegal procedure coming up against the Ohio Gladiators. That'll knock them back 5. And now the Ohio Gladiators got to focus a little bit more on getting that first down.
Yeah. 6:29, you know, that's all you got to do is keep getting first downs, and you'll be fine, but can't shoot yourself in the foot and get a silly penalty off of it.
Well, the Cobras get the ball back. They'll have a full complement of timeouts to work with. The thing is getting the ball back.
Yeah, I was going to say, they defensively, they got to tighten up. They get a wrap. I don't believe they're going to throw the ball unless there's something that's wide open. They're not going to want to do that. So you're going to run, and they're going to pin and pull on the outside. So you really got to watch.
Taylor in the shotgun, one running back to each side. He'll hand off to counter contact in the backfield, and it's going to be a tackle for loss for the Cobras. And again, we talk about focusing on that first down. It's a little further away now.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. That's again, that's what they needed to do. And Kevin Green, outstanding job. Fired right off the edge, and I mean, he about took the hand off.
So 5:23 here. The clock will continue to run. Shropshire is going to come to the sideline. Taylor will bring in the play from the sideline. Twin receivers to each side now. Taylor in the shotgun.
I don't know.
He'll advance into his right. 5:02 left. Taylor back to pass. Fires over the middle, and it's going to be dropped. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Ohio Gladiators. And I would assume the conventional thing to do would be punt the ball away.
Yeah.
The Cobras should get the ball with about 4.5 minutes left and 3 timeouts.
Yeah, again, we talked about the scenario going down and scoring. But now, here's the issue. Don't jump. Watch the ball. There's no reason for it. Get a return. Pair up on your guys. You know who you got.
The question is, do you go after it, Coach?
I don't think I would. I would go punt hold, try to get in front of the guys, slow the guys down up front, and your receivers, because now I was going to say you got nobody here. You got one guy out wide. The rest of them are in tight. Yeah, we still got more guys coming out.
Which I think gives them 15 right about now. I'm not sure. Or we're going to
We're just going to exchange.
I don't know if they would exchange a big guy for the smaller guy. I don't know, Coach. But here, nonetheless, Dontrell Nolling and Tyree Knight back to return. Nolling going to be posted up at his own 45. Tyree Knight at his own 31-yard line. Shropshire waiting for the ball. High, loopy snap. And a good punt. Is this one? He'll kick this one away from Tyree Knight. Knight going to pick it up, bring it out to the 40, 45. He'll be knocked around. And it'll be brought down at the 47-yard line. And Shropshire trying to pull the ball away, but nonetheless, it'll be Cleveland ball. 1st and 10, right around their own 47-yard line. 4:20 left here in this fourth quarter, and the Cobras have 3 timeouts.
That was a good return. Okay, now bad field position, but we got to keep our heads. Gladiators, they can't afford to lose anybody else, so they've got to keep cool.
So we'll see where they mark the ball officially. He was kind of running east to west for a little bit there, but it looks like it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Cobras at their own 49-yard line. All right. So
49.
It will be.
Yeah, I know. We were both looking. I couldn't spot it either.
All right, so the ball there right near the orange M kind of took it out of our sight, but nonetheless, it is 1st and 10 for Cleveland. And everything going their way. A great opportunity here with 4:20 left, 3 timeouts. And still, Coach, everything in the playbook still kind of open for you.
I'm telling you, I would run the ball because they're going to expect you to throw. I'd pound the rock. You got plenty of time. Work down there.
TJ Johnson, the running back to the right of Thompson. Twin receivers to each side. Andre Daniels, the outside receiver to the near side. Thompson waiting for the snap. Back to pass. Stepping up in the pocket. He's going to fire it over the middle. It's going to be caught at the 40, 35, and down at the 30-yard line. 1st down for the Cobras. Matt Wise on the catch coming across the middle. And we're going to have a whistle. I didn't see a flag. Ineligible man downfield. I didn't see it. I unfortunately watching the action downfield. And the great catch and run by Matt Wise will be wiped out.
Yeah, and I didn't see anybody downfield, though, Jim.
So they'll mark the ball at the 44-yard line. They'll get the down over, but it'll be 1st and 15 now for the Cobras. And, again, I agree with you, Coach. I don't know if I would abandon the run game at this point.
Oh.
Gladiators now in a 3-man front.
Run the ball.
Thompson in the shotgun. TJ Johnson to his left. Twin receivers to each side. Send Daniels in motion. Ball on the ground. Daniels going to pick it up and cut back the other way. Take it to the far side, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds on the Gladiator side of the field, right around the 47-yard line. So what could have been disastrous turns into a positive play for the Cobras, and that was not Andre Daniels. I do apologize. That was number 18. We do not have an 18 on our roster.
That was pretty crazy. That was run left, drop the ball, pick it up, spin, run right.
Just the way it was designed.
Absolutely. I wonder what they call that.
That would be the that would be the Cobra special.
That would be that'd be 37 reverse twist.
They'll go back to the 4 wide receiver set. TJ Johnson will remain in the backfield with Thompson. 3:11 here on a running clock. As Thompson now waiting for the snap. Moving up front.
There we go.
Cleveland may get a free 5 out of this. Encroachment is the call by the line judge.
But that's what you got to do, Jim. That's what we do. We mix it up a little bit. Go on the quick. Go on 2. As long as you're disciplined up front. And I'll tell you what, we always did a great job of that. Outstanding, because we very seldom did we jump. It always got them to jump.
So twin receivers again to each side. We'll go right back to the same formation. 2nd and 2 now. for the Cobras. 2:46 left here on a running clock. 3 timeouts for the Cobras. Plenty of time to work. Handoff by Johnson. That's going to be a first down.
That should be.
And line judge says, yep, let's move the sticks. Clock will continue to run. 2.5 minutes left here in this game. Cobras trail by a score of 14-9, and we're going to have a player down. And the officials will have to take a timeout. And they'll get some water, so we'll take a moment. We'll step aside as well for a 30-second timeout. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Tyree Knight, number 2 of the Cleveland Cobras, and you're listening to the Tri-Point Football League on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network. Go Cobras.
2:25 left here, fourth quarter. 1st and 10 from the Gladiator 41-yard line. 3 timeouts left for the Cobras. They trail by a score of 14-9. We'll get the signal for the clock to start. 2-minute warning coming up here in just about 15 seconds. Twin receivers to the near side. Only one corner here. We'll see if Thompson sees that. Ball onto turf, and it's going to be covered up by the Gladiators with 2:04 left here in this game, and this drive will stall out. Now the Cobras do have 3 timeouts, but they're going to have to make them work, and they have to be efficient with it. So turnovers affecting both teams all day long, but he who has the ball last, coach, is probably going to win this one.
Yeah, I don't, unless they make a huge mistake. 2:04, they could probably run the clock out.
Well, 3 timeouts for the Cobras, so they'll be able to stop it at least 3 times, but they're going to have to hold on each down.
I mean, as soon as they hit the ground, too, they have stop them to burn it. You designate a player or two to run to an official so they could kill the clock.
Twin receivers to the far side, single receiver to the near side. That'll be Devontae Neal Asher. Taylor in the shotgun, running backs to each side. Ball on the ground, picked up by the Cobras. And we'll see if it's going to be theirs or not. And indeed, Cleveland gets the ball back. So
wow.
Again, the Gladiators take it away, and they give it. It's kind of a reversed order there, Coach.
I just don't understand. Just straight handoffs. That's all he had to do. Don't get fancy. Put it in his gut and get whatever.
2-minute warning here, fourth quarter from Duke Stadium in Marlington. We're going to step aside for a quick timeout. You're listening to the Cleveland Cobras Broadcast Network here on Western Reserve Radio. We're back right after this.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Defense gives the Cobras life here as they'll have the ball 1st and 10 at the Gladiator 39-yard line. Coming out of the 2-minute warning as Emmett Calhoun will check in. He'll be to the left of Thompson. Twin receivers to the far side, single receiver to the near side. Quick pass out to the near side to be caught at the 35, worked his way out to the 30, and be brought down by a host of Gladiators. He'll drive his legs past the 25 and down to the 23-yard line. It's going to be a first down for the Cobras. The clock will stop just long enough to set the markers. And we'll see, did somebody take a timeout?
No. They're spinning it.
Okay, so we're going to go right back to the line, waiting for the chain crew to get set. 1:41 as the clock will begin to run now. Twin receivers to each side. Thompson in the shotgun. Calhoun to his left. They'll give it to Emma Calhoun upfield, past the 20, inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line. Clock will continue to run, and I believe Cleveland will take their first timeout of the half. 1:27 left in the game. We'll keep it right here. As, again, we talked about how the game ended last year.
Yeah.
This almost seems to be a repeat. The question is, what will the ending be?
You know, it's funny because when they had lined up in the play before on that quick pass, there was nobody on the slot receiver. He was too far inside, and I was pointing. They got to hit him, and they did, and that's why they were able to get downfield because there was nobody within probably at least 7 yards away from him. Quick pitch, and that's what he did. Thank God he didn't throw it in the ground because he got nervous. He was able to scoop it up and then make some yardage. So that was a great job on a great play. So
I believe that was Marvin Germany on the reception on the catch and run. And he did a great job using his legs, fighting his way downfield. Doug Horning on the field now. The GM for the Gladiators checking into some things. But nonetheless, they will mark the ball, I believe, at the 18-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 18 as the Cobras take their first timeout. 1:27 left in the game. Cobras trail by a score of 14-9.
just be patient. Got plenty of time.
Home crowd starting to get into it. You can probably see your camera vibrating a little bit as Thompson will wait for the hand, or just snap. He'll hand it off to Calhoun. Calhoun through the line down to the 17-yard line. Clock will continue to run. 1:20 as Cleveland will go right back to the line. Actually going to go to a short huddle. So they're going to head right back to the line.
This is when you go and you tell, just go again, shotgun.
Baycoat, the receiver to the far side now, pistol formation. Thompson with the running back to his left, Calhoun to his right. Handoff to the right side, and it's going to be a pickup of maybe a yard. Cleveland may have to burn a timeout here. 54 seconds left in the game.
I'll tell you what, Jim, they had a hole opened up, and boy, did it close quick. It looked like he had the outside, and it shut down.
Cleveland will burn their second timeout of the half. Ball will be marked at the 16-yard line. 52 seconds left here in the game. They can actually get a first down right around the 14-yard line.
Well, you got to get a first down because this play right now is you don't get it, game over.
Cobras with one timeout left. Gladiators with 2 to spare. The defending 2023 Tri-Point Football League champions with the 14-9 lead over the Cleveland Cobras here with just 52 seconds left, and we'll see if Slap Thompson has the magic again to pull this off as he did last year with just 2 seconds left. And Pacini into the backfield to the left of Thompson. One receiver to each side. Calhoun, the tailback. Thompson in the shotgun. They need 2 yards. Handoff to Pacini. Actually, he's going to hold it himself past the 5, inside the 5, and down to the 3-yard line. First and goal for the Cobras. 46 seconds left. The clock will stop. And you don't have to set the chains, so they're going to wait till that yard marker gets set, and then they will roll the clock as it starts now. 45 seconds and running. Back to the line as I believe the Gladiators are going to take their timeout with 41 seconds left here. And again, the read option, Slap Thompson, a master of it.
And I'll tell you what, he did a great job, and they just engulfed the running back, and they left him a hole wide open.
I thought Impacini had that ball. Either way, they would have had the first down, but obviously that was a great read getting down inside the 5. So first and goal for the Cleveland Gladiators.
Cleveland Gladiators.
That would be the arena football team. The Cleveland Cobras.
There we go.
If anybody goes back that far, there was one of my son's favorite places to go. But now we will we'll watch the end with the Cleveland Cobras.
Well, they're loading up the front.
So one timeout to burn for the Cobras. We'll get it right, Coach.
We'll get it right. That's all right.
So first and goal. I believe the ball is going to be marked at the 3-yard line, as we can tell from our angle. Pistol formation again. Emma Calhoun still the tailback. One receiver to each side. Thompson waiting for the snap. Hard count. He'll hand it off. He'll pull it himself this time on the option. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. 35 seconds left in the game. And Slap Thompson executes the drive again. to take the lead here in the fourth quarter. It's a 15-14 lead. And, of course, I think at this point, Coach, you're looking to go for two.
Oh, yeah. Why not? Go for two.
So we have a timeout for Cleveland. We'll step aside for a quick 30-second timeout.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll keep it here as a matter of fact. I think we've kind of burned through a little bit of time here. They were setting the ball, and it is 15-14 in favor of the Cobras. And, again, we wondered if there would be the same ending as last year. Now, 35 seconds left here in the game, and the Gladiators have one timeout. Coach, you got to be thinking about that kickoff. You've got Ben Lyons back there. I'm sure you want to keep that one on the ground, maybe get that high kick.
Well, you got to, first of all, you're right, Jim. That's the next play that you got to look at. You have got to kick that ball, and you've got to get it in an area where there's no return.
So 35 seconds left. It'll be Thompson on a 3-yard run.
What are we doing here?
As on time down, but there's still a play clock here. Some confusion here as they go into the pistol formation. One receiver to each side. Ben Slater will be the receiver to the near side. Thompson finally getting settled in. Hard count. And it's going to be a handoff. Actually, Thompson's going to pull it, but he's going to be brought down. They won't convert on the 2-point conversion. So with 35 seconds left here in the fourth quarter, the Cleveland Cobras take a 15-14 lead over the Ohio Gladiators. We're going to step aside for a quick 30-second timeout. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, a part of the iMedia One network.
The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club fitting center, and an Odyssey fitting studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112. Catch sports talk around the clock in the Valley on the iMedia One network, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast.
35 seconds left here in this game. Ben Lyons to kick off for the Cobras. And this is probably, Coach, ironically, the most important play of the night, as special teams will take center stage here in the fourth quarter.
And look where they're lined up. If I'm going to kick towards the D, because they're lined up on that side of the field.
So Lyons approaching it like he's going to kick it deep, and indeed he does. And I think he was listening to you, Coach. And it's going to take a Cobra bounce to the 15. Shropshire going to be brought down at the 10-yard line, and the Gladiators will have 90 yards to go. 31 seconds left and one timeout to score and take the lead, but you couldn't have asked for anything better other than maybe a turnover.
Jim, I think they're piped into our headsets because he kicked it right where I told him to kick it, because they were on that side of the field. I don't know what he was thinking. So exactly right. The kicker saw it. That's a great job. He put it right about on the 15-yard line, right on the numbers. And then when it kicked, oh my, that was just amazing.
I'll tell you, this has been a repeat of last year, but right now, Jamar Fleming's got to be telling his safeties nothing behind you.
I'll tell you, you better believe that. I would go 3 up front and drop, go into a nickel or a dime right now, and that's what they're doing. 3-man front. They got linebackers and more safeties.
So I believe Danny Skalecki now
Yes.
is that quarterback. High step into the end zone.
Get out.
Danny is going to
That's
be
a
tagged out of
safety.
the end zone. A safety, the second safety of the night for the Cobras. They're going to get the ball back with 26 seconds left, and the Cobras will go on to win this one.
They did it again.
It's 17-14, and sometimes, Coach, we've talked about it, sometimes better lucky than good.
You ain't kidding. That is amazing. You know what? That's why sometimes I hate centers as much as I hate field goal kickers.
So Danny Skalecki, who hadn't been seen all night long, comes in at quarterback. And the Cobras look like they're going to knock off the defending 2023 Tri-Point Football League champions as the Gladiators will have to kick off from the 20-yard line again. We've seen 3 safeties in this game, Coach, and I think the last time I saw that was, honestly, if I had to remember, would have been the Camel Struthers game.
Yeah.
Over at Camel.
Yes, that's
how far that goes back.
You ain't kidding.
I believe if Mark Means is listening in, he'll remember that game as well. I believe it was the last game between the 2 rivals.
Yeah, I was at that game. You're right. I was at that game.
So as we dig back into history here, that probably most people don't know what we're talking about, but
yeah, that's way back then.
And we're talking probably about 4 or 5 years ago in a rivalry game between those 2 cities.
Yeah, it's a shame. They used to have some good ones.
Sure did. As the crowd starts to file out now, I think the end is all but secure here as the Cobras will go on the road and knock off the defending champions 17-14 here in Week 1 of the Tri-Point Football League.
Just get this ball and fall on it, whatever you do.
Yeah, you wonder if the switch to Danny Skalecki was something you really wanted to do. As DeMonte Taylor did a great job tonight leading that Gladiator offense.
Yep.
But that high snap, I don't know if either one of them would have been able to control that.
It's coming, boys. They need to move them fullbacks up.
So an onside kick, ball loose.
Nope, let it go. There you go.
It hasn't gone 10 yards. The Cobras are covered up at the 27-yard line, and Cleveland will be able to kneel this one out. The Gladiators have 1 timeout, but only 25 seconds to work with. And it is all academic now as Slap Thompson will be able to go into the best formation in football, victory formation.
Yep.
And I'm going to get the Cleveland Gladiators thing off of mine. So the Cobras accomplished their mission this week to go 1-0. It was a battle back and forth. Between penalties, turnovers, safeties. We have seen a little bit of everything, but an exciting game to kick off this 2024 season.
Beautiful, beautiful game.
Dave just pointed out the Cleveland Cobras logo. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
I
thought they were coming back this year in the Arena League anyway. So victory formation for the Cobras. Snap back there. Thompson will take the knee.
Oh, come on.
And
we had a flop.
And I don't think anybody cares at this point. Clock will continue to run with 18 seconds left. And handshakes will start and hugs. And that will bring us to the end of the game. Here's the final 10 seconds roll off. The Cleveland Cobras come to Alliance, and they knock off the defending champions by a score of 17-14. We're going to step aside for a timeout. We come back. We'll give you a scoring recap and talk a little bit more football as we wrap it up from Duke Stadium. Here at Marlington High School, you're listening to the Cleveland Cobras Broadcast Network on Western Reserve Radio. We're back after this.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Meludic Live is your home for high school sports. We have all the scores on our social media platforms throughout the games. Enjoy our timely updates from local area schools year-round. You won't get the consistency and reliability from anyone else. Our #1 priority is servicing our fans and getting them live news as it's happening. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Meludic_live. And remember, our fans come first.
The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112. Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Back here one last time at Duke Stadium on the campus of Marlington High School as the Cleveland Cobras come to Alliance and they get the 17-14 win over the Ohio Gladiators. Scoring went like this. There was no scoring in the first quarter, a battle back and forth between turnovers, but second quarter action, it would be Taylor to Perrine on a 15-yard touchdown pass that would get the Gladiators on the board. They would not be able to convert on the two-point conversion. Just moments later, it would be Kevin Green that would return the ball 52 yards on a fumble by the Gladiators to put the Cobras on the board. They, too, would not be able to convert, they would get the extra point by Ben Lyons. That would make the score 8-7. And then just before the half, it would be Taylor to Asia Burt on a 52-yard touchdown pass, and that would give the Gladiators a 14-7 lead going into the second half. And it would be Thompson on a 3-yard run into fourth quarter after a Cleveland Cobras safety that would give the Cobras the 17-14 win over the Ohio Gladiators. And, Coach, this was kind of one of those cases where you made mistakes, but they stuck with it. They fought. They stayed, play after play, and they were able to pull it out. And I think that's a lot of what Adam Rogerson is looking for out of this team, whether it be skill or not, but the mental toughness. And certainly they showed that tonight, maybe based upon that preseason they had.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'll tell you what, they can't do this every game. They have got to start out stronger. They've got to – the mistakes could have were costly for them, but they were able to make a drive at the end of the game and win. But they got to get a lot better because you want to be a champion. That's not champion play out there. Yes, the last drive sure was, but they've got to clean up their act and get better because they're going to face teams that they're not going to be able to do that with. But overall, proud of them. They fought hard. They did not let up. And, again, outstanding football game. We saw things here that I was impressed with, and none of them, either team gave up. And there's some good running backs on both sides. And they did a absolutely great job. And Vinson, I'll tell you, that kid, he's a tough runner.
Yeah,
I like
certainly.
him.
We saw some great play on both sides of the ball today. Head coach T.J. Tucker making his debut. And again, he was in a battle, so he gets tested in week one here. Comes up a little bit short, but nonetheless, I don't think that's going to take away from an Ohio Gladiators team that certainly is one of the more established teams at this level and probably will be for many years to come under the ownership of David George Sr. We got to see him and David George Jr. Obviously, we remember them as former members of the Western Reserve Scourge, as much as they might be more known as the Gladiators owners.
That was before my time, so that's okay.
And it was great to have a father-son combination playing on the team, so that was a lot of fun.
And Coach Noble's first game was against these guys, and it was one of my greatest wins that I've had as a head coach because we beat them. And
certainly, I remember that, Walsh University.
It was a great game, very good game, and it was like a battle like this. And again, outstanding job for the Georges. They do a good job. So,
and of course, the big win for the Cleveland Cobras, for Jesse Caldwell, the owner, for the head coach Adam Rogerson, and the entire coaching staff of the Cobras. Again, This was exactly the game we kind of expected. We saw it last year, player for player, a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
And I'll be interested to see how both teams do as they continue their 2024 campaign. Want to remind you over on City View Sportscast, the Stark County Wolfpack, they get the 19-6 win over the Mahoning Valley Federals as the Wolfpack start off 1-0 and the Federals a drop to 0-1 here as they move on to Week 2. Speaking of Week 2, the Cleveland Cobras will be at home at Brooklyn Memorial Stadium. They will host the Port City Spartans. Of course, we remember that trip down south last year, Dave, as we got to see that historical stadium, and it was interesting to say the least.
It was a very interesting trip down. What did I call you, Bob? 3 hours later, 3.5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I
saw, I think we took a plane. I really do. I think we flew into Portsmouth by way of Craven Airlines.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But we got there. That's all that
there.
matters.
We had fun. It was quite the interesting historical stadium.
Here you
I
go.
will say that it was a once in a lifetime to go down there and see that stadium.
However, Port City will make their way to Cuyahoga County this time, up to Brooklyn Memorial Stadium. They'll take on the 1-0 Cleveland Cobras. Pregame 6:30, kickoff at 7 o'clock. So for the coach, Bob Gessler, for Dave Ferris, I'm Jim Craven. Thanks for joining us tonight here at Duke Stadium in Marlington. Your score, one last time. The Cleveland Cobras, they start 1-0 on the 2024 campaign. They get the 17-14 win over the Ohio Gladiators. We hope that you have an absolutely great weekend, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Good night, all.
We thank you for joining us for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network, and we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.